And the honk gets us started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome, everybody, to a Tuesday stream. It's April 2nd. It's 12:15 p.m. Eastern. And welcome as well to the first stream in April, actually, here on the channel, as we have arrived in the first full month of spring. Welcome. I hope everyone is excited and looking forward to it. And I think, I think we can all agree how best to celebrate, how better to celebrate the advent of spring than with a pleasant, weird book about space and time and people being stuck in a two-dimensional space prison. I feel like that pretty much is that's got the spring vibe all covered, right? It's good to see all of you. Welcome. And yes, welcome to our Slaves of the Abyss Fighting Fantasy Gamebook playthrough, where chat decides, illustrated as always by the amazing TariToons. But before I introduce Tari, let me just talk a little bit about the ways that you can support the channel here on the stream and talk about the schedule as well. And yes, you should absolutely, by the way, Emily, because it is a very special day for a certain book release. There are a lot of book releases today, by the way, a lot of good book releases, and none more important than this one. There you go. The book is out today. The power of Emily's book release compels you. So definitely put this link out there. You should totally do that. That's very important. No. Yours is one of the many good book releases. Not what? Get out of here. One of the many good book releases. That's what we're saying here. So if you have not done so already, folks, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube at !ArvTube. Discord is !ArvCord. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Blue Sky !ArvSky. The website is arvaneleron.com. And for those of you watching over on the YouTube channel, now that the problem of not being able to edit the title has been fixed, it's actually appropriate. So definitely head over to there. If you are on the YouTube channel, welcome, subscribe there. We have a new record of YouTube subscribers. So let's keep building that. I love to see that. And yeah, welcome over on the YouTube channel. On the merchandise front, !Arv Shop is the merchandise area where you can get all of the swag and stuff like that that's associated with the channel. Cool swag for yourself, and it also supports the channel, so those things would be lovely. The Patreon is !ArvTreon. We have trying to build that up. It's actually gone up by a couple of dollars over the last few days, but we would love to get that back into triple digits again. Hang on one second. Give me a moment. One sec, please. Okay, my apologies about that. Sorry, chat. I was talking about we're going to be getting an air conditioning thing set, and they have to come out and like do it anyway. There's a bunch of stuff that they have to do, and I can't just say forget it. Don't you understand? I'm talking about Slaves of the Abyss right now. I don't think they would understand. So my apologies. Okay, that's all fixed. So where was I? Yes, I was talking about the Patreon. Patreon is really the financial support system of the channel. So please do help us over there if you possibly can. That would be much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, you can get good stuff for yourself as well. Plus subbing to the channel. Right about now is when people start to get their resub notifications and stuff like that. So please do sub and or resub to the channel. That is very much appreciated. You get the custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. So that's always a good thing. And also inspirations to help our players. Inspirations have been reset for the month, by the way. I've also done the Patreon video. I did everything. Everything is all set to go for the month. So we're good to go there. I think that's all I need to mention about that. On the publishing front, exclamation point Icarus. That's my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Exclamation point Library is my Tales and Tomes in the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And exclamation point Greyshade. Greyshade, which is the Greyshade universe. That is my Grey Assassin trilogy, first two books of which are Greyshade and Renegade, both critically acclaimed, award-winning, and you can get those right at that link right now. You can also get the audiobook of Greyshade done by our very own Trent Sparks right at that same link right now. You can also pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade, brought to you by Alligator Alley Entertainment and the amazing design mind of Brandon O'Brien. That will be coming out late this year. That is going into playtest very soon, within the next couple of weeks. And then you can also pre-order the final book in the Grey Assassin trilogy, which I know you were just talking about in chat. That's called Heretic, and that will be out the summer of this year. So all of that is on schedule. Very exciting. And you can get all of those things / pre-order all of those things at that exclamation point Greyshade link. If you haven't done so already, finally, please support us on the various causes we support here. Exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now. That's the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message that we will do so for others in the future as well. I'm not going to go over right now the schedule. So TariToons just somehow got kicked out of my Zoom call, I think. So that's a thing. So we're going to have to hold on. So I'm just going to vamp. I was about to say I'm going to go over and introduce, but then I saw, whoops. So there's the Zoom thing. So there's the link to Emily's new book. Let's talk about that. And then we can also talk about the schedule. I was going to do this later, but I can do this now. So let me take a look at the Google Calendar schedule. In fact, let me get rid of this and let me turn on this. Hi, everybody. Good to see you all. I hope everyone is well. Yeah, I hope you folks are looking forward to the awesomeness known as Gamebook Illustration as soon as we get Tari back in here. So first of all, you should absolutely go and get Just Chad, which has now been released. Big book release day today. We also have book releases. We have John Wiswell, who's very successful now, Hugo and Nebula award-winning author that both Emily and I, of course, are familiar with. And I actually first ran into John when Martha Wells and I were doing a workshop at Worldcon years ago, and he was one of the people who submitted. So John obviously has done quite well for himself. So John's book is out today. Also, I know that Monica Valatinelli has a new game out. I know also that good friend Brandon Crilly, also fellow Athos Arts author, is published a new game yesterday. So I wanted to mention that as well. Yes, Zoom crashed on you again, Tari. Zoom crashed on you again. I was ready to head over to there, and then I was like, wait, what? You're not there. So if you want to like get back in or whatever, or if I have to, I'm just vamping basically until you come back on. So yeah. So a lot of good book releases out there, and clearly as a part of that, yes, expensive gray stick sweatpants. That's true. you too can be part of the Gray Stick Army. So you can do that too. All right, while we're waiting for Tari to get things restarted, let's talk about the schedule for April as I look over at my calendar here over in this monitor. So today we've got the Gamebook illustration stream, and then at 4:15 p.m., thank the heavens, Ghosts of Saltmarsh is back. It's literally been 2.5 months since we've been able to get this thing rolling, but we've got it tonight, and I got a big one for you, a big session, by which I mean like dramatically, epically big, not like length. It's going to be the same amount of time, 3 hours, but it's going to be amazing. So that's tonight. Then tomorrow night we have Community D&D. Waterdeep Dragon Heist is going to be coming at you, so you're going to want to have that. That's going to be good stuff. Yeah, January was the last time that we played because we just got snake bit with people having like PC issues and like various things. But everyone's here. Everyone's ready to go for today. So there's that. Then Thursday night, we've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Let's go. Anytime we get more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's a good thing. Saturday the 6th, we have Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks. We have even more Expedition. 3 weeks in a row, we have had Expedition. I freaking love it. Everybody there, everyone playing. It's awesome. So that's going to be happening Saturday the 6th, Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks. Exactly. You'll be a fashion icon. That's very true. Oh man, I know, because it's so true, Triffid, because everyone was like, yeah, it's 3 weeks. I was like, yeah, you're right. That's super cool. So Expedition is coming up on Saturday, and you're going to want to be here for that. Then next week we have, as TariToons Tuesdays continues, we will have Beowulf Age of Heroes coming to you. So Tari will be continuing with the Hermit's Sanctuary. That'll be happening next week. That thing is definitely picking up. And then I'll be playing more Sovereign Syndicate over on GOGCon with Pen and Pixels. Thursday the 11th is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth again. Very excited about that. And then Saturday the 13th, we return to Eberron as Eberron Oracle of War. They just beat a boss and now have to figure out how to take the boss out of this whole place as the whole room behind them fills with lava. I'm sure it'll be fine. You'll definitely want to be here for that. 2 weeks from now, we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and also nominations for the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month. Then we're going to be playing over on Pen and Pixels and GOG.com Talisman Adventures. As we move into the home stretch of that game, we're just about done. We have about 2 to 3 sessions left of that campaign to go. And then the 16th at night, we have the Our Vocalist playing more of the Banner Saga 3s. You'll want to be here for that. 17th is Community D&D, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. You'll want to be around for that. Thursday, the 4th, is again more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Super excited for that. And then Saturday, the 20th, we have Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks again, so that'll be cool. And then Tuesday, the 23rd, we've got more Beowulf Age of Heroes at 4:15, or no, actually 4 p.m. I should say that. It's not 4:15. That should be 4 p.m. Eastern, is going to be, as I make a quick correction, that will be Sovereign Syndicate. Again, as I'll be at that point moving into the sort of the end stages of that game, I believe. Thursday, the 25th, is going to be D&D with viewers. Yeah, I fixed that already, actually, Triffid. I saw that you posted that. My bad. There was a confusion at one point where it was at 8 p.m. and then they moved it around a bit. But yeah, I've changed it back. So I switched it back. Thank you. So yes, D&D with viewers happening on Thursday the 25th. Saturday the 27th will be more Eberron Oracle of War, which is super cool. And then we will wrap up the month of April with 4 Tuesdays from now, the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month, and then more D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh on 4:15 on the 30th, which will be really cool for that. We do know that Thursday, the 2nd of May, is going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then we're going to have a lot. Triffid and I are definitely going to be busy bees at the end of this month because next month is ArvCon, and that's super exciting, but it also means that we've got a lot of scheduling things to do. I already know about one part of the concert that I've booked. I also already know about one special new event that's going to be a part of this. Not an in-person event this time, but a new thing to the channel, so that's going to be very cool. But otherwise, we're going to have some epic tabletop stuff, and I'm going to be starting to arrange that. But I don't start doing that until next week, because I've learned from experience, if I start any earlier than, say, 6 to 7 weeks out, people just don't know what their schedules are like, companies don't know, or whatever. So that's why I'm on this sort of component. I'm determined to do that. So anyway, yeah, so that's what we're looking at. So it's going to be an exciting month. I'm super pumped up for it. And yeah, I cannot wait for that to all get to get rolling. It's going to be cool. April and then May, and then what will be a busy summer. I'm going to have some announcements about stuff happening that summer as well. Stuff that I'm going to be talking about relating to various things, but there's things relating to the GOG crew that's going to be very exciting coming up this summer. And yeah, I'm super excited to announce a bunch of this stuff. Should be a fun summer. And it will, of course, also be the summer of Grey Shade because Heretic releases in the summer. And then we've got the Gen Con Writers Symposium, of course, and then other stuff. So it's going to be cool. So Zoom has decided to update now. Okay. Oh, yes, that's true. The Emily shipping option for $0. That's right. Yeah, Zoom. Oh man, I don't understand. Zoom, really? I don't understand. Zoom, why you got to be this way, Zoom? Pining for Worldcon, wish I could go. Yeah, I cannot say more about these things yet for my own personal plans with this, but yes, Worldcon in Glasgow this year. And they've already managed the Hugo stuff 10 times better than last year. So anyway, it's just I'm glad to see that people have taken it seriously this time. And hopefully that will continue as we go along. But yes, it's going to be an exciting time for all concerned. So I am very pumped up about that. Let's see. I may end up having it. It's getting a little bit warm in here. So I think I'm going to take this off. I'm actually not wearing my Huskies jersey today. The women did win yesterday. They won last night. So UConn men and women are in the Final Four, but that's not till this coming weekend. So I'm taking off my University of Roma hoodie, and I'll switch over to what I have underneath this, which is finally relevant, as you'll see in just a moment. So give me a second. There we go. Hey, Carol. Yes, so I'm wearing today my shirt sent to me by Mike Smith from the GOG crew, my You Can Certainly Try D&D shirt. And I feel like this shirt has been cursed because I always try to wear it for one of the sessions for GOG because they were the ones who sent this to me. And every time, like, there's been something that's gone wrong. Someone has like some medical thing or a PC problem or something like that. ARV strip. Yeah. This is as far as it goes. You'll be happy to know, Carol. This is as far as it goes. But anyway, yeah. So now I'm ready to go. I'm super excited for Ghost of Saltmarsh today. Also super excited for this book. This book, by the way, is weird. We'll talk more about it in just a second, but that cover, I mean, that cover does not say Norm, okay? And look at this, by the way. It is book number 32. Book number 32 in the list. Is that crazy? Number 32 in the Fighting Fantasy books. Amazing. Yeah, it is. You know what? That's true, Echo. It is very Star Trek. I can totally see that. It reminds me a little bit of, and also I think Tari is back. Tari, are you back? Oh, wait. I'm not going to be able to hear her because okay. Now I can hear. Tari, are you back?
Yes.
Okay,
test.
you're back. Okay, so I'm going to introduce
let's
you.
Hope it doesn't crash again.
I know. Okay, I'm going to introduce you in just a sec. But everyone can hear us. I was just finishing up on this cover. What it reminds me of is, if anyone remembers the original series episode, The Mark of Gideon, where the premise is that a planet is basically the taking of life is so it's anathema to them, and so as a result what they do is they basically made it so that they did all these life prolonging experiments, but it means that the planet is overwhelmingly overcrowded, and there's this whole big plot as to like what they do about this. Never mind that. But I remember as a kid the visual of all these people like dressed and like bumping into each other outside the window of this office where like the head of the planet or whatever was talking about like what this situation was. And I remember it being so weird and disturbing to me as a kid. I always remember that. Like they weren't going like, but they were just like, there were so many of them. You could see them like moving outside the windows. So that's a little bit what this reminds me of, this cover. But anyway, yeah, interesting episode. I mean, listen, twist my arm, talk about the original series all day. Okay, that's enough. We're going to talk about what matters here. It's very appropriate because what we have before us is that, and that is clearly not my work, chat. That is the work of the incredible and amazing TariToons, who's with us. Tari's here.
Hello.
Zoom is working. knock on wood, functional.
For now.
For now. Yes, that's what's happening. How are you, Tari? Besides Zoom issues, how's everything with you?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned in the green room, currently completely brain fried by having gotten back into Metal Gear.
Yep,
Which
no one to
was
blame
a
but
grand
yourself.
mistake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, grand mistake. Just it's just a lot. My poor brain.
Yep.
Also desperately trying to get my boyfriend into the series. It's not working. God damn it.
Come on, it'll be great. There's nothing. There's no better selling point than my brain is fried and this was a big mistake. Do you want to get into the series? I clearly can see. Also, I just saw that Big Boss is here. Hi, Big Boss. Welcome, Big Boss. Good to see you, man. So anyway, so yeah, so well.
Oh, does it make me paramedic? And are you 0? You haven't played 3.
No, see, no, wait, I have.
God damn it.
No, I did because I played up to I played 4. Although if you ask me to remember it, I mean, I get a lot of like.
Okay, 3 is the one where you're like in the 60s and in Russia.
Right.
Okay.
So it's sort of a prequel-ish.
Well, you're not in Russia. You're in the Soviet Union. They don't specify where in the Soviet Union. Everything has Russian names, so.
Yeah.
It seems to be further south.
Yep. Isn't that Snake Eater? Is that?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So I remember things like everything in my Metal Gear mind is like things about like. So Big Boss and Revolver Ocelot and like I remember these like vague Psycho Mantis thing.
Oh, he's in the first one.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like all of it together in my head is somewhere around that side. Which, by the way, the whole Psycho Mantis thing in the first one is still one of the most astonishing outside typical game mechanics things, like because no one had done that, like no one had done what they do, and I won't spoil it for people who haven't played, but no one had done what they did for that at the time. It was wild, like really cool.
The thing is, I don't think it matters if you spoil it, because unless people play the original on the PlayStation, they are not going to be able to get the experience.
Wait, does it not have it? Does it not have it on the Switch?
No, because it doesn't work.
What?
Right? Like, okay, so there's like multiple things, right? You have like the thing with the vibrating controller that works.
Right.
Then like the whole thing with switching controller ports, you don't have controller ports on the Switch. So what you do, you just go into the menu. And like it doesn't even tell you like, hey, like to do this over here. Like I had to look it up online how to do that, because it didn't, like in the game it tells you at some point, right? Like if you call the colonel, it's like, hey colonel, how do I can't hit him, blah blah blah. Because he sees your can read your mind. You have to plug your controller into the second player port.
Yeah. Wow, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's like the thing is. For me, at least, I have heard different stories from other people that I played the Switch port, right? Like the HD collection that came out a few months ago, I think.
Right.
And they run super fucking smooth, but like some stuff just gets lost in translation. Like the whole thing where he reads your memory card.
Right.
There is no memory card that he could read. How they did that is that before you start the game, you have like a fake memory card in the game options that you can edit, but it doesn't tell you that you can do that. So it's just like, here's a bunch of options that I don't know what they do.
That's it. That's all. Yeah, because that's true. It was janky, obviously, at the time, but they used the jank for like story-based things. Oh well, and that's too bad. But still, really, Metal Gear Solid, the whole Metal Gear series was very cool until it got very weird, and then like there was a certain point where they kind of left behind. I don't know. They sort of abandoned ship. They went too far outside. But this is the thing. Like, a lot of people love Death Stranding, and to me, Death Stranding is too weird.
Death Stranding.
I can't. It's too weird.
God. Like, so, for context, people, I've just started playing Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, I got the game actually at release. Like, that's the whole reason why I bought a fucking PlayStation 4. And then I hated it. And never touched it again for years. Until recently, because I was like, oh, God damn it, now I have to wait until the second part of the HD collection come out, and I don't want to wait. And it's probably just going to be MGS4. If I'm lucky, it's going to have Metal Gear Rising on it, but probably won't. Anyway, so like I gave it another shot, and it's like, it's such a video game. And like I keep playing it, I keep thinking, this is like Death Stranding, but worse.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't, yeah.
It's
Um,
because it's the same engine, right? Like it
right.
looks a lot like Death Stranding,
That's
right?
right. Well, and
Um,
both Kojima, right? Isn't that also
yeah,
yeah.
that too.
So, yeah, and Kojima's a strange dude. But
Slightly.
just slightly, but all right, well, listen, let's say we play a strange book with our strange not our strange chat though. Our chat's never strange. That's, it's just us.
I hope chat is strange.
Chat's strange enough, like in the right way. What kind of writing have I been doing lately? It's funny you should mention that, Big Boss. I'm working on the conclusion. I worked on the conclusion of my trilogy, and the Gray Assassin trilogy, and I'm waiting for some feedback from some notable internationally recognized, renowned sources. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, Big Boss. I'm in that waiting for the internationally renowned stage. That's what I'm looking for. But anyway, Caro, did you play the original of this? Because I did not. So I'm actually looking forward to this. So this is Slaves of the Abyss, folks. So for those of you who are new to this, the way this works is this is day one. So we are going to create our character, and you'll be happy to know that this is a pretty straight ahead normal thing in terms of skill, stamina, and luck and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that's an exception that's different is there is this rather ominous looking thing. And that is that there is this time mechanic where as you go through, you mark off on your timesheet. And when you get to certain stages, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, you have to turn to a certain paragraph. And then 20, you have to turn to a certain paragraph as well. Oh, really, Caro? Okay. Yeah, I know. The Twitter link, I think I have to fix. So the Twitter link appears to be broken, huh? Well, you mean the one that's in the bot? Because on the channel, I have to fix that because basically the Twitter broke the API. What a surprise. I should just put my blue sky up there anyway. But regardless, let me go check that out quickly. Technically, my Twitter does still work. I try to post on both because it's hard to give up whatever it is, 1,200 some odd followers. But
well, you can just put your account on ice. I guess that's what I did. Like for the off chance that Twitter might become good again at some point.
Yeah,
my account is still there.
That's true. That's true.
Losing it.
Why can I not get to? Okay, why can I not get to? Okay, hang on a second. There we go. Here we go. It's well, most of those followers will have too. Yeah, I know. So there's the link that it should be. There is a link that I should be. Yeah, the giveaway contest rules I have to check again also and make sure. There's a couple things I need to adjust. So I need to fix a couple of those. Okay. And let's see. Okay, right. Okay. Anyway, yes. Let's see. So, it is an expertly crafted gem of trilogy. Heretic makes it all come together. Thank you, Big Boss. In case you don't know, Big Boss is one of our one of the beta readers for this, and I am honored, Boss. I'm honored to hear that. I heard from Emily that you had some commentary with her. You'd spoken with her a little bit about this book, and I am honored. So thank you. Very excited about Heretic. I worked very hard at it, and I'm very proud of it. And I think Emily did a wonderful job editing it and the whole bit. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm very proud of the series as a whole, and it's a big milestone for me because I've never had a full completed. This is my first completed trilogy, so so that's great because I actually have it out there. Now we can get the omnibus edition, the one that you drop on your foot and you're like, that kind of thing. So so anyway, super excited about that. And yes, Big Boss is one of the beta readers for that. So thank you. I am excited.
Controversial opinion, but I think omnibus editions are a bit overrated, to be honest.
But they look so good though.
Yeah, but they're shit to read because they're really heavy.
But they're omnibus.
Because of the binding, you can never get the pages properly apart, right? It's
but you know what, Tari?
Springy,
I hear what you say, but also omnibus.
No, the best way is the cheapest fucking paperback you can get because then you don't feel bad about the book falling apart after you've reread it 500 times,
But this way the book doesn't fall apart because omnibus.
No, because they're also shit quality, but it hurts more when they
No,
fall
they're not all.
apart.
No. That's not necessarily true. Listen.
Capitalism has destroyed. No,
All right, look.
let's not get into that.
Sorry, hear me out. Omnibus.
Yes.
That's it. That's the quote. Hear me out.
No,
Omnibus.
I just like had too many hardcover books in my hands that also just fall apart. But
Yeah.
like, they look so garbage when
No.
you try to type those back together.
Yeah.
But like with a paperback, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, I mean that sort of,
They look
but it also
better
means
the more red they are.
but it also means that then eventually it's like my dad's old edition of The Hobbit, which I treasure, but it's from the 60s. So now, since we're literally talking about something that's 80 years old at this point, is that right? No, that's completely wrong. 60 years old, but still 60 years old. Like the paper is like starting to, and it's like, oh, like it is not. This was not acid treated paper. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Anyway. Oh no, your sister had to drop this off. Oh no.
No, to be fair, back then books probably were a bit better quality. I have a few books that are like, I don't know, somewhat like from the 20s. Oh wow,
yes.
That would make them 100 years old. Jesus Christ, I have some old books on my shelf.
Yep.
And like those hold up perfectly.
No, those do.
Hell?
You know what it is
all
like?
smell of cigarette smoke. That's
yeah, that's well, right. Honestly, a lot of them is like, especially when you get to this section of like the 70s and 80s. This is the same thing also with board games. Like 70s, 80s, quality of materials just collapsed for about 10 to 15 years, and then they got better again. So a lot of the boxes that I have from 80s games, like I try to take very close, like good care of my games, but the boxes sucked, and like the D&D books were, I don't know, like they just did not hold together for that middle period between like 84 to 85 until about 93 to 94, somewhere in that 10-year period. And then after that, that sort of improved again. But anyway, but this book is from Slaves of the Abyss is 80, what is this, 88? And this is, held together pretty well for a book which is now 36 years old. So that's held together okay. All right, well, so chat, this is a very standard book in terms of skills and so forth, except for that time mechanic. But we do need to establish our character. Now, I will give you the back cover sort of description, and then you can decide what character you'd like. How you can nominate this. Oh, that's interesting. The EU version is better binding quality, but you treasure the US version because it's signed by, that's true. It is signed by Arv himself. Indeed. From the year that you turned 18. Okay. So then let me just think about that for a second. So 88. So that means that you are 2 years older than me, Carol, because I was 16 that year. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Here.
What?
Oh, just a silly little German joke. Caro will get it. I made fun of your age.
Made fun of my age. Sad. Okay. Kara with the oof. Okay, so here's the back.
What are those called? You usually get those when you're older, but young people can also get them if they don't take proper care of their bodies, right? When you have like these fucked up looking veins that show up on your skin.
Oh, varicose veins. That's what they're called.
Is that what it is? Yeah, like basically I made a joke about that.
Varicose veins. Well, listen, there are no varicose veins to be had on this.
That's because you sit all day, probably.
Is that what it is?
Standing.
Yeah.
Allegedly, you get them when you stand a lot.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
Bartenders and stuff get them a lot, like waiters, allegedly. So I've been told. I'm not a doctor.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, well, I actually trimmed recently, which removes automatically about 4 to 5 years from my age. If I ever do what I've sometimes threatened to do, which is to shave the beard off completely, immediately I drop down to like early 40s.
You cannot.
I know. Well, that's what my daughter says. My daughter's
your daughter's right. Listen to your daughter.
She's like, no, Dad. I'm like, why? And she's like, because you don't exist without a beard. Like, because she knows that like from the day she was born, basically. I had the beard, so.
Oh my God, that brings back a memory. So when I was like 7 or 8, right? We went on vacation in Spain. And my dad, right? He had like this huge bushy beard. Like he looked like a fucking forest troll, basically.
Okay.
I mean, he technically was a forest troll because he was a ranger, but still. And then my stepmom convinced him to shave his beard off while they were like out in town while we were staying back at the at the holiday home.
Wow.
And I did not recognize him. I was like, hey, Mom, who's that man with you? Because I could not tell it was his.
I do remember.
Never seen him without a beard before.
Yep. I do remember that my dad, when I had not like a beard, but he had these like big Asimov. If you want to know what I'm talking about, chat, look up Isaac Asimov from the 70s, basically, and you'll see he had these like an interview or 80s. He had these like big like mutton chop sideburns. So my dad had those, and when he shaved those off, I was not happy because I'm like, what happened to my father? Like, what have you done to my dad? So yeah, that was definitely a thing.
You will forever traumatize your daughter if you shave off your beard. I'm just telling you. So
that's true,
you know.
but like, but the thing is that my son claims that when I kiss him or something, that he can like my beard is like poking at him. So he's like, Daddy, you should shave your beard. I'm like, but what about, he's like, sister doesn't matter. I was like, no, sister does matter a little bit, actually. She doesn't matter.
Beard oil. You can't soften up the beard.
I know. I use beard balm. I have this thing called beard balm that I use, and I say that to him, and he's like, it doesn't work. I'm like, no, but he's like, it's still pokey. I'm like, all right, well. So this is my life, chat. Anyway, so let me read you this description. Let's get into this book. Here's the description, and then, chat, I need names from you, okay? So first of all, the pitch line. This one needs to be put on echo. Among your opponents in this adventure is time itself. Okay, so we're going up against time. I mean, that's fine. Calamare lies defenseless. The army is away, facing an invasion to the north, and now a new threat is at hand. Also high effect life. Another enemy from the east. Lady Carolina of Calamare summons you, a famous adventurer, to her aid. But can you help? Will you manage to preserve this stronghold of capitalized good against the invading hordes, or is this task beyond even your heroic abilities? You will need your wits as well as your sword of Fang Thane steel. You know that you got a serious sword when it's made of Fang Thane steel to prevent the sands of time engulfing the city. So that's the setup that we've got. So, chat, what character, what hero name would you like? I will take nominations now. It can be a man, it can be a woman, it can be non-binary, it can be anything you like name-wise. Give me your options. Prince of Persia. Don't you think that's going to run into some issues, Caro?
Can you tell us more about the settings? Is this like the regular fighting fantasy setting, or is this like something else?
Well, didn't I give you? That's why I gave you the clue.
I don't understand. Sorry, I'm stupid.
I honestly don't.
I'm a big dum-dum.
It looks to me like it is more fantasy oriented, but there are elements of sort of temporal shifts. So it's like, oh, you know what? You remember you've talked with me about this. Thundar the Barbarian.
Yes.
That setting, kind of like that, like fantasy, but
probably for the billionth time I have not seen that. Read that?
Oh, God damn it! So the point is, it's like a sort of long ago post-apocalyptic, but a sort of fantasy world is sort of grown up in its place. That's a big guess on my part. It's mostly fantasy, but that's what I'm thinking.
I see. So a bit He-Man-y, I guess.
Okay, Leonidas. Archerus. So he's Leonidas, I am Sparta, but from a distance. Scumble Duffel Dump. Scumble Duffel Dump. Really?
So like when you read the back cover thing, I don't know why. Probably because of the cover picture too, and like the whole space thing. I don't know. Immediately made me think of the Elric novels. I only read the first one, I think.
Elric of Melnibone. I read the whole thing. The I forget what the actual name of the cycle is. It's good stuff. Even if I'm salty at Michael Moorcock for pretending that Tolkien didn't matter. But I gotcha. Sparta Trek. I gotcha. I see what you're saying, Echo. Okay, so we have two choices so far. Scumble Duffel Dump.
I don't want to draw another archer. I just did one for the last book, guys.
I don't know whether that's what it is. I think Archerus is just sort of is actually a bluff. I think basically Leonidas is like,
Oh, that can do like the whole spider arch thing, like from sports class, right?
Oh yeah, okay. Yes, I see
Like,
that.
do you know the thing where you like bend over backwards and run on all fours or stand on all fours?
Wait, no, now you lost me.
It's like a thing that kids do in sports class, PE class. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Crab soccer. Yeah,
Soccer.
yeah, crab soccer is what we called it. It was this massive, like huge, like this enormous ball that's super soft, that like made of cloth or something, and you like sort of scuttle around like a crab and try to kick it. You play this when you're like 7.
Oh no, I didn't mean the game. I just meant like the pose that you do, basically.
Oh well, that's
in
the
German.
pose.
It's called the spider because you kind of look like a spider.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well
it.
that works as a possibility. Okay, tempo arenavore, clocky stoppy. What?
Clocky stoppy.
I mean, these are some very Leonidas arenavore. Interesting. I would need to check with Echo and Trifid to see if they were okay combining them. Like, Echo's like, no. All right, well then I have to keep them as they are. Yeah. Right. Like the girl walking upside down, that Japanese horror movie. Yeah. Okay, we have Scumble. Boy, we got some interesting names here. Scumble Duffeldump, Leonidas Archeris, Tempo Arenavore, and Clocky Stoppy. Any other nominations, chat? Yeah, sorry, Effect Life. You've been outvoted by the 2. All right, 4 is okay. Going once. Going twice. Let's do this. Do. Okay, so, and I should have said, what is our character name? Question mark. All right, here we go.
So what are they like?
Here we go. Here are your votes. Scuffle Dumbledup, Leonidas Archeris, Tempo Arenavore, and Clocky Stoppy. $ vote space 1 for Scumble, $ vote space 2 for Leonidas, $ vote space 3 for Tempo, and $ vote space 4 for Clocky. Get your votes in now.
Tempo is a tissue brand in German.
Is it really?
Yeah, like to the point where like it's basically you know how in English often you call paper towels just Kleenex.
Mm-hmm.
We have that with paper tissues. We just call them Tempo.
So then what happens when you get in debates with, like, you know, the Italians about tempo being the time, the speed at which something happens? Like in music, it's tempo.
We don't do arguments with Italians anymore. That's a thing that we used to do in the Renaissance and the Middle Ages.
You just stop that?
Yeah. We had like a bunch of wars about this.
I don't know whether it works so much better when you folks hooked up with Italy for a certain period of time there in the early 20th century.
Who would do such a thing?
Yeah, who would do that? All right, so we've got right now Tempo Arenavore is in the lead. It is currently leading over Scumble, Leonidas, and Clocky.
What was the last war with Italy? I need to look that up.
What happens when you watch Whiplash? Not my tempo. It's so true. My tempo.
Well, that's a thing. We also have tempo as in speed. That's also a thing.
Right. That's
like,
what. Yeah. But it's tissues.
What is that thing called again in a car? Where it like keeps the pace of the car without
accelerator. Oh, cruise control.
Cruise control. That's called a tempomat in German.
Oh, interesting. So wait. So the speed of the car, a cruise control is also bathroom tissue, according to the Germans.
Not bathroom tissue, just a regular tissue.
Regular tissue. Okay, so regular, like
paper tissue.
Yeah. So you could call a cruise control a Kleenex, is what you're telling me.
A Kleenex Somat.
Kleenex Somat.
like Omat is just like from automaton, right?
Right.
Automatic, whatever.
Yep.
Machines. Metal Gear. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And actually, the name of like Tempo Kleenex does sound like a Metal Gear Solid bad guy. Like it does straight up sound like their name. I mean, you know, Speedmatic. Yeah.
Is it?
Absolutely. There is a boss in there. You know this. There's a boss in the first one. Some big guy who like goes around on roller skates, Like
that's the second one, and that guy's called Fat Man after the atomic bomb.
right. Fat Man, Psycho Mantis, Revolver Ocelot.
Psycho Mantis isn't the first one.
It doesn't matter what. Tari, stop saying. Yes, you've played these. I know you have officially proven that you've played these more recently than me. The point is, they're in the Metal Gear universe. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Though usually there's like a theme to every group of villains, like per game. Like the first one all have like something animal, right?
That's true.
So it's a decoy octopus, Vulcan Raven.
Decoy octopus. I forgot about that.
But you don't actually you meet him, but you don't know it's him because
he's very important. No, I get it. I mean, very important to take these games super seriously. And now, decoy octopus. But no, make fun of tempo. Why don't you do that? Not decoy octopus though. Secret squid, everybody. It's secret squid. Masked mollusk. Going once, going twice.
These are very serious games with very serious stories.
Very serious.
People die and stuff.
No, I know.
Blow up after you beat them.
It's too soon. Too soon for me to make fun of.
Soon.
Okay, Tempo Arenavore. All right, Tempo Arenavore is our character.
Okay, who is Tempo Arenavore?
Yes, so that's a good question. So Tempo Arenavore. Are we talking as we figure out skill and stuff like that? Chat, are we talking like, I don't know if I want to have a vote on this necessarily, but is this male, female, non-binary? What are we looking at for
tempo is a male word, right? Masculine word.
I don't know. And is it for Kleenex or for cruise control? Like, how do you?
No, I mean because Latin.
No, but but clearly we've left all that behind at the point where it's just like, a brand name. All right, let's make it. I guess we'll make it male then. So it is male, and now we have to figure out skill. So, chat, can I get a volunteer? The way to do this is I need you, first of all, for skill. We're going to roll 1 die, add 6 to the number, and then that's going to be our skill. So what I was hoping is, let's do skill, stamina, luck. Chat, we need someone to roll. We need to vole. We need a creature that lives underground. We need someone to roll.
It's a mole.
A 6-sided, also a mole, but a vole always gets ignored.
Voles are like mice, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. And let's see, time, and then we'll also add, I think, gold and provisions. Maybe is there gold?
I want to give the character a trench coat, but that doesn't fit the setting. God damn it.
Unless it was like oh my god, Harry Dresden, but still wouldn't quite fit. Okay, there's gold and the provisions. Yeah, the Jim Butcher series about a kind of it's an urban fantasy detective who kind of wears he sort of wears a trench coat but also has a sword. I don't know. It's sort of a so we do need a volunteer. You haven't rolled in a while. Caro, yay! Caro, you've always been a big part of these streams, so absolutely. So you can do this actually in chat. You can actually roll in chat, Caro, using, I believe it is, Effect Life can correct me, it's, I think, $roll space, and then it's 1d6, right? I think. It's like that, but it's going to be right. So go ahead and do that, Caro, but it's going to be $roll, and this is just 1 6-sided die. I'm going to put this on 12 aspirational. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna veto that and let you roll that again. I do not want to go through this with a skill of 7. That's going to suck. So go ahead and roll that again. Skill is the most important thing in the game, and it's just going to be not fun. So I'm going to have us roll that again. Go ahead and roll that again. No 7 skills. 8, huh? 8. One more time, Caro. One more time. We don't need a 12, but 7 or 8 is rough. You just rolled a... All right, I'll take the physical die. We don't have to have a 12. I can't with the other. Okay. That is funny. All right. Let's see. So blame effect life is what you're saying. Blame is dice bot. Okay, now 2 dice. So now we're going to roll 2 6-sided dice for our stamina. Effect life's, hey, god damn it. It's totally random, okay? Wow. Okay, we're going to take that. That's fine. That means we have a stamina of 17 after that big 5 that we rolled. That's very funny. Oh, man alive. Okay, next we're going to roll luck. So this is secure random, the one used for cryptography. No, I get it. Roll 1 6-sided die for me, please, Caro, and this is going to be for our luck. Let's see how much luck we're going to get. That's very funny. Okay, that's fine. See, that's a good standard in the middle. That's fine. That's okay. Great. All right. Then we have time. Now, one good note, by the way, chat, about this is that there is an instant death function, but check this out. You know how that one book we played a couple books back was really annoying because there were these things where you literally had like just 50-50 shots? They're like other things. Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks, Echo. Yeah. Oh. Well, that's something I'll obviously let you decide with your crew, but I totally get it. Time zones are a thing. I totally get that. Right, but what I was going to say was, where was I? I was going to say that because of so we have like luck and time and gold, but this instant death function used to be like the old one was 50-50, but this one is different though. You are a mighty warrior, and by you I mean we are a mighty warrior with a blade of finest fang-thane steel. So whenever you roll a double 6 in battle, you have scored a killing blow on your opponent. The battle ends straight away, and you are the victor. So if you roll double 6, death. Like, which is awesome. And that says, but if you ever lose the sword, you forfeit this special ability. I'm like, lose the sword? Get the hell out of here. You can theoretically escape occasionally. We've had a lot of those, I feel like. We've had a lot of the singular name. Oh, you mean the one name star types? I don't know. Let's see. So we have the following things. We have, let's see, do we have any potions? We do not have any potions, at least not yet. Okay, we have blah, blah, blah. We have a bare minimum equipment. We have a fine steel. We have a fang-thane sword. Fang-thane steel sword. We also have battered leather armor.
What is fang steel?
It's not fang steel. It's fang-thane steel, and I have no idea.
Fang-thane steel?
Fang-thane
what
steel.
Is it?
It's a good question. I wish I could answer. I don't know. I think it's the classic fantasy. It's a fang with a thane. That's a fantasy leader guy.
Okay.
We have, yeah, that's pretty much.
Glad we cleared that up.
That's pretty much all I got. I've never heard of fang-thane before this. And then we have 5 gold from our last adventure, and we have a backpack, and we also have provisions. We have, let's see how many provisions. Specifically, we have 5 provisions, which will restore up to 4 stamina points per. We can rest and eat at any time except when engaged in a battle. So we have, actually, this one we don't need that much. Just have that. And we also don't need this, I just realized. Nor do we need this. That one, however, all works. Okay, time, gold, and provisions. Now, the way time works is that from time to time, oh my God, from time to time we get a resub. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. We exchange a sword for a soda. I know, exactly, right? Thank you so much for the Prime sub, Aaron. Almost 4 years of support. Welcome, Aaron. I hope all is well with you. Thank you so much. Good to see you. So, as you make our choices, from time to time, you will find instructions to tick off a time box. Whenever you come upon one of these, you make a pencil mark in the first available empty box on the timesheet. And you can see the timesheet right there. And you work all the way across. They represent time running out for Calamare. 2 of the time boxes have numbers in them. Wherever you are when you reach these, you should make a note of your current paragraph number, then turn it once to the paragraph number given in the box. You will find it easy to be diverted from the true path throughout this adventure. On your first attempt, you will probably run out of time or even meet with an untimely end. To succeed, you'll have to think hard about each choice you make. You will succeed in the adventure only if you do the right things at the right times. No matter how weak your initial die rolls, it should be fairly easy to complete the adventure. That's BS. The initial die rolls matter. If you can find the true path. All right. So now we're ready to go. So now we have music time. All right. So let's see. So Tari, for this, what are we thinking about for a soundtrack here?
Blind Guardian, but that's gonna get you banned.
Yeah, then so no.
Time, what is time? Sorry.
Let's see.
They just think about time a lot. So.
Yeah, no, I get it. This actually wouldn't have been a terrible one for Chrono Trigger, but we just did that last time. God
damn it.
What's the name of it? Time Bandits. No, that's a movie. We need something that's a freaking thing.
Not a lot of video games that deal with time travel, huh?
Well, not ones that have a memorable soundtrack.
Speaking,
no, that's true. Not ones that have a sort of memorable soundtrack anyway. What Triffid said. Why not some music used for Espergenesis? Oh, interesting. Well, the thing is, for Espergenesis, I basically used stuff that was made custom for the campaign, which only is like a 10-minute loop. That's the thing. Like, it's not that long. I guess I could do... I could do Thundar, post-apocalyptic Taylor Swift. Thundar the Barbarian OST. Yeah, no, that's also not going to last. Da-da-da. Oh man, the music.
Thundar the Barbarian.
That's so good. Oh man. However, I can't do that.
I mean, we could do the Metal Gears.
We actually, I mean, we theoretically could, but it doesn't, I don't think it
does not fit.
No, it doesn't fit.
Let's save that one for if we ever do like a spy one.
That makes sense. Oh, what about, okay, hang on a second. No, but the thing is,
what about BioShock Infinite? That one has time travel stuff, right?
That's technically. I was just thinking about Rygar, so I was in a very much in another place there. Okay, BioShock Infinite.
I don't know. Does it actually have a good soundtrack? I've never played it. I just know.
I don't know about its soundtrack. And I have not played it myself either.
If you're someone that suffers,
Nope. Don't care about that. No commercials. Yeah, this is a good choice. Although, wait, do you have the full thing in one? There we go. Complete OST. That's what we're looking for.
We could have done Pokemon Legends Arceus. That one is about time travel.
Pokemon.
Yeah, but that's very, I don't know if that fits thematically. Have you played Legends Arceus?
There we go. No, I have not. I have only played one.
You actually into Pokemon? I don't think you are.
No, I wasn't. I only ever really played one Pokemon and not very much of it, and I think it was like red green. Red green. Yeah, the red green. Yeah, red green was one of the Game Boy ones, I think.
Like one of the original ones, you mean?
Right.
In ye olden days.
That's right. In ye old original Pokemon days. Okay. There we go. We've got that music coming up. Oh, no, you know what? No, you know what?
I'm way fucking off about this
I
guy.
think another one that's a possibility too is okay, no, this one's too old-timey. I got a better one for this one. Yours is a good choice, but not for this game. We get to play. This will be perfect because it's also one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I will link it in chat. I will link it in Zoom chat. This is the Bastion soundtrack. One of the great soundtracks of all time. And I interviewed the composer of this. Tremendous.
Not having to watch my step all the time.
2. Well, forget about 2. I love this narrator.
Forget about 2.
Okay, there we go. Bastion.
I really love the what's it called? The Miracle of Sound song that he wrote about Bastion.
Yes.
Yes.
And the song with the combo song at the end, Build That Wall, along with Zia's song, is great. I think the soundtrack's spectacular. I love the soundtrack. All right, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Let's go. Boom, boom. All right, here we go, chat. All right, so Tempo Arenavore. Here we go. This soundtrack's so good. Let me turn this. All right, chat, can you hear it okay? Is it too loud or is it okay? It's fine. You can hear it fine? Okay. I will take Karos. Oh, now it's a bit quiet. There we go. That should be a little better effect life. Okay, here we go.
I think I accidentally designed the main character from Xenoblade.
Yeah, I was just going to say it reminded me a little bit of a character, except I played Xenogears, but it still looks like...
Do I mean Xenoblade or Xenogears? I don't remember which one. The one on the PlayStation 1? Was it PlayStation 1?
Xenogears was on PS1.
Then I maybe mean Xenogears.
Xenogears is great. I really like Xenogears a lot. That had some great soundtrack too, as well. Okay, here we go. These are troubled times
Xenogear.
In Calamere. No sooner had its ruler, Lady Carolina, got over the death of her husband than she was flung into a war with the rival trading state Alchemis. After a sea battle in which many lives were lost, it seemed that Calamere had prevailed. Yet there was more to come. Rumors spread of armies massing on the northern borders. Behan, never a friendly neighbor, was said to be preparing for an invasion. Acting decisively, Lady Carolina ordered all her armies to the northern borders. The mountain passes on the borders could be defended with ease. If the armies of the Behan were allowed to reach the wide plains of Calamere, however, they would wreak untold damage. You arrive in Calamere just as the last troop of soldiers are departing. You find yourself in a city strangely deserted. Life goes on, but without the many brightly costumed warriors who used to parade so proudly down Calamere's winding streets. With the soldiers gone, the criminals thrive. You bar the door of your room at night and sleep with your sword beside your bed. A few weeks pass. Then, one morning, a wild-eyed messenger rides into the city, yelling incoherent warnings of an invasion from the east. Less than an hour after he disappears into the palace, a servant brings you a note on stationery bearing the seal of the House of Rangor. It is a summons to appear before Lady Carolina herself. It seems your fame as an adventurer has reached her, and in these dark days the lady has need of fearless warriors. When you arrive at the palace, you find yourself in the company of 10 other adventurers. Several are known to you by sight, and one, Sophia of Blacksand, by name, as you have shared dangers with her on more than one occasion. Before you have a chance to exchange names and greetings with the others, you are led inside by a servant. You are ushered into an audience chamber to face 5 nobles behind a huge black wooden table. In the center sits Lady Carolina, resplendent in ceremonial jewelry, the sword of office on the table before her. To her left is her cousin Madherios, a fat fellow with a nervous twitch in his nose. Beyond him sits Dunyazad of Iktian, a small woman who is reputed to be the wealthiest person in Calamere province. To Carolina's right are Sige the Silent, an imposing woman of ancient lineage, and Asaya Albador, the stern-faced judge. Truly you face the 5 most important people in Calamere. You bow, and Carolina swiftly explains the situation. With the army many leagues to the north, Calumet lies unguarded. Now a messenger has arrived from the easternmost regions telling a village is found deserted. It seems that an army is advancing on the city from the east. It must be barbarian raiders from Kulak Isle. A rider must be dispatched at once to fetch back half of Calumet's army. Meanwhile, the city must be defended in some way. Carolina explains that her loyal champion Remedies the Invincible, that guy, most featured warrior in all the southern lands, is away on a quest for a fabled relic. She praises you for all your past gallantry and asks that you help her and gain the gratitude of the whole province by undertaking the defense of the city. You may be few in number, but surely the glory will be all the greater. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Send your entire army off somewhere else and leave your city undefended. Like, the F? Like, I just... Okay, 1 second here. Huh. Okay. Let me just, I had to make one correction, something quickly. Hang on a second. Okay, we're going to do that 1 hour ahead. Save. Good. Lovely, great. Okay. Okay, so how can you refuse such an appeal? The other 10 are quick to volunteer for the task, and your voice joins there in pledging allegiance to Lady Carolina. And as you leave, you say, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. This is your chance to become more than a wandering adventurer. You'll be a true hero of legend. You listen as the 5 nobles begin to lay plans. One of you must ride to the northern passes and summon the army. Another must ride east to scout out the invaders. The rest must remain in Calumet and use all their wits and ingenuity to prepare a defense. What do you intend to do? Will you... Should we volunteer to ride north for the army? Should you volunteer to scout to the east? Or should you remain behind to defend the city? Question mark. All right, there we go. What should we do? Should we volunteer to ride north for the army, volunteer to scout to the east, or remain behind to defend the city? Now's the chance, chat. Are we playing multiple personality? That's funny. So, $ vote space 1 to ride north, $ vote space 2 to scout to the east, $ vote space 3 to remain behind to defend the city. Getting just enough to defend the city.
Now he kind of look... voice cracking. Going through puberty here.
Yeah.
Now he kind of looks like Anakin, but with long hair.
He does, actually. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
He does look pretty badass. Remain behind is a skewed phrasing, yeah. Volunteer to scout to the east. A lot of people are like, let's get the hell out of Dodge, but also, you know, we're not going to go find an army. Let's go to the east. Look to the east on the 3rd day when the sun rises.
That sounds like it's from an unimportant book that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't have any significance. According to Michael Moorcock, this had no effect on my writing at all. Anyone would have read my book without this guy. Give me a break. Okay. If he is Anakin, he must die. Wait, what? What do you mean he must die? Look, Anakin is misunderstood, okay? It's a long play, but he'll come around in the end, Echo. Last call. Don't care. I have a friend who named his kid Anakin. One of his kids.
I know twins named Luke and Leia.
Really? Yeah, well...
Like, actually, like in English. Like they're German kids, right? But like they're actually named Luke and Leia, not Lucas and Leia.
Yeah, actual
no, they're
Luke
called
and Leia.
Luke and Leia. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, some people, I mean, his other kid is named Scout. So he was... Star Wars is vaguely important to him. Okay. We are going to scout to the east. All right, here we go. Scouting to the east. Does one of them live in a farming planet with 2 sons? Tari, Big Boss wants to know.
You guys tell me this is your character. I'm just
That's
drawing.
right. All right, you are sitting at a table with the 5 nobles, eating a fine meal to fortify you as they give you your final briefing. They are being waited on by one of their own servants, while Carolina has assigned one of her pages to take care of you. Madarios warns you against taking any incautious action yourself. It is most important that you return to tell us of the nature of this menace, so that we may know how best to defend against it, he explains. While Dunyazad is in the middle of advising you to rest at the Temple of Forga, that's a reference I haven't seen since the sorcery books, with Korga's grace and Forga's pride. You feel a light touch on your leg. You look around and see the page who was waiting upon you walking away. Looking down into your lap, you see a folded fragment of paper. The page must have dropped this as he refilled your goblet. He's a lost page. If you pick it up to read it straight away, or do you slip it into your pocket to read later? All right, chat, this is a simple one. Do you pick up the paper immediately? That's $vote space 1. Or do you slip it into your pocket to read later? That's $vote space 2. Does our guy even have a pocket? That's a question.
Yes, like can like stick it in his décolleté.
I see. So he doesn't like in his belt, right? Like he could theoretically tuck stuff in his belt.
His belt.
That's what you meant. I like the idea that the hair flows as long as the bottom of his outfit. I assume they always flow.
That was like a staple TariToons design element when I was like 12.
Yeah. Well, they flow at the same time, right? Like they flow in parallel. Like if one flaps, the other flaps, right? The exact same way.
I had this one original character when I was like around that age who had like this, I kid you not, like 4 or 5 meter long blue braided hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had like a whole thing about blue hair when I was 12. I was like so ahead of all the blue-haired and pronouns kids these days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Already was obsessed with blue hair back in those days.
Yeah, yeah, you were ahead of your time, unquestionably. So do you pick up the paper? That's $vote space 1, or do you slip it in your pocket for later? So pick up the paper is $vote space 1. Slide it in your pocket to read later is $vote space 2. That's what that's about. Okay. As soon as this drawing is done, I expect you to break into a full chorus of "Let's get down to business." I expect to see that.
To defeat
the Huns. I mean, that's fair, Caro. That's true. Do you read it right now, or do you put it in your pocket to read later? That's basically what it is.
Did they send me orders when I asked?
It's a Twinkie for later. Like you take a dinner roll, Big Boss, right? That's how that works. You all know the drill. If you're at a breakfast buffet, you always take the roll for later. That's my monk. Yeah. Although he has a sword, though, Echo, this guy.
Monks can have swords.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You've watched Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I always think of monks in sort of like unarmed strike, fist of 1,000 deaths, type of stuff.
How about a sword of 1,000 deaths?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's I just don't want to offend any purist monk, monk people out there.
Yes, the purist monk community out there.
Because they have fist of 1,000 deaths, so I especially don't want to, irritate them. Okay.
Oh, that's true.
If they were like fist of 1,000, high fives, then I wouldn't,
You don't high five with fists.
Oh, high fist. You do. You do the bro fist, but high.
Yeah, but that's not a high five.
High fist. He just picked up the sword.
Are you trying to like take away PewDiePie's thing? Bro fisting the camera.
Jeez. He just picked up the sword to kill, so to hide his fist of blows. Yeah. I mean, that's quite possible. Okay, we've decided to pick it up to read it straight away. Is what we get.
Those feet.
Okay.
I can anatomy. It's not like I haven't drawn in 2 weeks because I was too busy playing Metal Gear. No. Who would think that?
That's absolutely not true. Now, yeah. You unfold the scrap of paper. On it is written, "Beware. You are watched by 1,000 fists of fury." No, I made that one up. You are watched by 1,000 eyes. You ponder what this strange message can mean, but are brought out of your reverie when you realize that you're being addressed by Dunyazad of Iktyon. She seems insulted that you have failed to hear her question and scowls at you. At the same time, the hairs on the nape of your neck prickle. You feel certain that someone in the room is watching you carefully. A little too carefully. The meal over, you prepare to depart. Doot, doot, doot. Okay. As you make your way down to the courtyard, you hear a blood-curdling scream. Diving through the door nearby, you find yourself in the kitchen. A figure, wreathed in flames, staggers about the room as various servants vainly fling water at it. After a few seconds, the fiery figure collapses. The cook turns to you. "It's Jonas the page. He just ran in here clutching his chest and flung himself on the fire," she says. The boy is dead. Though shocked and mystified by the tragedy, you prepare to leave. You can do nothing here. That was random. All of a sudden, just like, and then some person immolates themselves. All right.
Then he explodes.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. You are led straight down to the stables to choose your horse. While you are preparing to leave, tall Sieg approaches. Her voice is low, almost inaudible, and you understand how she came to be called the Silent. She tells you that she has a valuable magical item which will aid you on your journey and bring you the luck of the gods. It is a pomander of rare herbs. If worn around your neck, it will also remove your need for sleep. It is passed to you by Sieg's servant, a poor, deformed creature who shuffles slowly and wears a hood, no doubt to hide his piteously ugly face. Sieg quietly wishes you a safe and fruitful journey. Bundling together your possessions, you hurry into the bustling courtyard. With no time for ceremony, you mount your steed and pick your way through the crowd to the gate. A swift ride along the Way of Flint brings you to Calamir's Grand Gate. Okay, so a pomander of herbs. It's a pomander of herbs, not earth. And I will mark it down.
What is a
I
pomander?
think it's like a little, like, what do they call those? Sachet, the little sacks, I think. Like a little bag
Sachet
of
away?
herbs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I'm mixing the pronunciation up with the dance. But pomander of herbs. I want to look that up.
Baggy.
Yeah, I think, but I want to look that up to be sure. It is... Yes, that's right. It's a perforated container. Oh, actually, so I take that back. It's not quite right. It's a container with sweet-smelling substances. You put it in like a room or like a drawer or something, but it has little holes in the ball so that it will come. The smell comes out of that.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
Okay, that's...
Why do you have such English language? Goddamn it! In German, it's just like called a smelling bag.
That makes much more sense than whatever the hell England is doing. I totally agree. Okay.
Or a scent bag, I guess.
Calamir's Grand Gate, the scent bag. You ride until nightfall. Although you were eager to press on, your horse is tired, and it would be too dangerous to continue in the darkness. You ask the horse, who responds only, nay. Thank you, I'll be here all week. You dismount to prepare for a night to be spent in the open. Tick off a time box. Oh man, that's our first time box.
One stream without horse puns. It's never gonna happen.
Exactly. If you have Sieg's pomander, we do have Sieg's pomander. You tether your horse and see to her feed. Lighting a small fire for protection, you settle yourself down for the night. Hours pass as you gaze up at the constellations above you. You remember Sieg explaining her pomander's power to arrest sleep. You are grateful for its properties when you observe several stealthy forms approaching. You lie still, feigning sleep, your hand inches from your sword hilt. Will you wait until they are nearly upon you before attacking, or will you leap up before they advance further? So, binary choice here, chat. Will you wait until they are upon you before attacking? That's $vote space 1. Or will you leap up before they advance any further? That's $vote space 2. Awesome. That's awesome. Also, that's awesome. That picture.
Thank you. That was a very good music choice, by the way.
Thank you, right? Bastion's so good.
It's one of those games that I tried to play, but like, that's not the kind of game for me.
That game is, if you, yeah, I know what you mean. Even though it wouldn't necessarily be my type of thing, I played and won the whole thing because I love the story and the music so much. So, That's actually one of the few games I actually ever played on my one and only Xbox 360 way back in the day.
We also have an Xbox 360 somewhere.
Yeah.
Never use it.
Well, because it's like, if you have a PC, why? You know, like, I just don't, you know. Okay, let's see. So we got 2 votes right now.
Back in the day, because of the Kinect, when people were still hyped about that, I guess.
Right, and I did actually, we played, we had that dance party or Just Dance or whatever it was called with the Kinect that we did a little bit of. Never really took off, though.
Gee, I wonder why. Probably because it was a lot of like promised technology crap that didn't
really deliver.
End up what people expected.
Yep.
People were so mad about Star Wars Kinect back in the day.
Yep.
Like, so mad.
I remember that.
I found that so hilarious.
Like, the motion controls for Wii were much more effective and not nearly as like hyped up as the Kinect was, you know. So, all right, we've got so far 2 votes.
A controller for the Kinect.
Yeah, right, exactly, sure. 3 votes so far. 2 votes for leaping up before they advance further. 1 vote for waiting. I'm going to last call this. Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Okay. Imagine people being let down by technology. That won't happen with any new tech like AI. Oh, there's a great... I just saw this thing, by the way, of that Yum Brands, which is the company that owns like Taco Bell and stuff like that, is like, oh, they're going all in on generative AI. And they're like, you know, because we're going to replace this, and this. I'm like, why? And the answer, the real reason is the fact that they then have franchise owners pay tech fees to Yum so they build up their money. Like, that's why. Because it's not that it's more efficient, and it's not that it's more effective, and it's going to lead to problems and mistakes, and they're going to have to go back from it because it sucks. But just, oh, God. So bad. Oh, there's an orange cat here. Hello, orange cat. Oh, orange cat, you cannot eat that wire. Nope.
But wires are so yummy. Why is there a wire if you can eat it?
He's decided to go downstairs out of his frustration at my denying of his request. He actually doesn't eat the wires. He eats the, you know, those little rubberized like twist ties that go around wires to keep them together. Like, those are the things he's like, those are great. I'm like, yeah, no, that's not.
Yum, yum. A tasty snack.
Okay, yeah, AI needs to die in a fire. There's no purpose for it. There's actually been, I don't want to get into big thing on this right now, Carol, but there was a...
Otherwise I'm going to start crying on stream.
Exactly. There's a lot of discussion that has been talked about with, like, how do we, you know, embrace AI in our classrooms? And I'm like, we do it by having it die in a fire in the way you've just described. There is no... I can understand the use of AI for certain components of medical procedures where computer-guided, AI-driven is actually more effective than what a human doctor would do in certain situations, right? I can see certain benefits to that. Generative AI, though, which is talking basically about stuff that is intended to replace artists, authors, all of that is absolutely useless. There is no purpose to it. It does nothing. It accomplishes nothing.
No,
it is terrible at its work.
It's useful for people who just want to make money and who don't care about art.
Exactly. Hence, useless. No, I mean, like, obviously I'm going to be talking to I'm preaching to the choir here. But not only would the use of this stuff, not only is it theft because it's learning off of people like, say, Tari's work by scraping the internet without asking.
Yeah, I don't think I'm good enough for that.
But yes, first of all, yes, you are. But secondly, so there's not only that, it's also the fact that it's lousy. Like, I mean, it's terrible at its work. Even if there were no ethical or moral sort of like reasons to avoid it, it's literally inhuman, right? The arts are for humans. They are not designed for some kind of machine-based, let's just... So the whole thing is wrong. It produces garbage. Yeah, exactly. It's plagiaristic predictive text. Yeah. And I've had a few instances of this year with students who have produced AI stuff. It used to be that I would get a couple
They did?
Every couple of semester. Well, yeah.
What the computer was.
I see what you... Yeah, good point. Because they used to be, back in the day, a year or two ago, I would get, once or twice a year, I would get a plagiarized essay, which was taken from Spark Notes or, something like that online, which I immediately was able to tell because it wasn't like their other writing. Now I can tell that it's not their writing, but not because it's, sort of weird and off point, but because it does the AI thing of like repeating the same word multiple times and like adding emphasis. Like everything is always about emphasizes or stresses, or like that's a big thing that AI does. And like bad. Okay, right. So where was I? So chat has decided we should leap up before they advance further. Let's do it. In an instant, you were on your feet, brandishing your sword. You leap at the fire and launch a mighty kick at it. Fiery embers cascade onto the stunned figures of 3 black elves, and they yelp in pain. You prepare to do battle with them, but it seems they have had enough. They lope off into the darkness. Hell yeah! Suck it. The rest of the night passes uneventfully, and with the morning you resume your journey. The leagues stretch on. The league stretches on, and you see a range of mountains in the distance ahead of you. You pass through several villages and are surprised at the surly reactions of the villagers. As you pass them, you hear them muttering under their breath, and when you stop to refill your water bottle, they do their best to ignore you. The sun is low in the sky when you enter the small town of Hazra, in which lies the Temple of Forga. You could travel a few more hours if you wished, but you would have to spend another night in the open. Tick off a time box. Oh man, we're up to 2 time boxes already.
Not the time box.
Not the time box. Not the bees.
Is that the TARDIS? Is that the time box?
Time box is bigger on the inside. Okay, do we ride on, chat, or do we seek hospitality at the Temple of Forga? So $ vote space 1 is we ride on. $ vote space 2 is we seek hospitality at the Temple of Forga. 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 Forga.
Forga conclusion.
Forga. Oh, nice. I see what you did there. Well done.
Thank you. Oh, that's like one of the main things I miss about like that's missing in Metal Gear Solid 5, right? The stupid jokes and puns and banter. Like everybody is so fucking serious. People are so.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear Snake talking about how he's scared of Dracula. Okay. And how he believes in Santa.
That's what I want, and I have the right to have those things. More like forget about it. Nice, Big Boss. Okay, so $ vote space 1 is staying at $ vote space 1 is riding on. $ vote space 2 is seeking hospitality at the Temple of Forga. Forga is the god of pride, by the way, to the extent that matters to anybody, so. Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm worried about that hospitality costing another time box. I agree, Carol. I had a similar concern.
On the plus side, though, I finally know where the whole "they played us like a damn fiddle" meme comes from. Which is always nice when I get context for memes that I don't know yet.
Ah, yes. Big Boss wants to know if you've heard the dialogue about the chemical burgers.
I have not.
MGS5 isn't all serious stuff. All right, chat, we are currently tied up. $ vote space 1 means we ride on. $ vote space 2 means we seek hospitality, the Temple of the God of Pride. Hey, what's up, Gregory? No, sadly, it is not a pride. There's no pride flags.
I can fix that. 1 second.
Just a moment.
Ooh,
Last call.
I can use my pieces in my back color palette for this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, how many stripes were there? Always the big question.
Well,
Which
that
colors?
And around my neighborhood, there's like a lot of different colors now that have been like, because you have trans flag, non-binary flag. They gave a whole bunch of them now.
surprised. The progress flag is becoming more common here. Like a few years ago, you would never. Well, I mean, it's a relatively new flag, I guess. But like, it basically was unheard of here. You know, you always just have the rainbow flag, right? But
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good news.
I guess. I don't know. I don't really have like its flags. They're inferior to coats of arms.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's true. You're sort of like, yes, well, flags. Okay, so you are going to ride on. Chad has decided. Okay. You have been riding for several hours when you are forced to rein in by a battered fellow who staggers onto the road ahead of you and collapses in a heap. Oh, I have to show a picture of this dude. Yeah, great song.
It was 6 Stripes, right? Was it 6 Stripes? I don't remember.
I build my home. You could ask chat. They probably would know.
I'm gonna ask the internet.
Well, I don't know. Can you trust the internet?
Somebody really do that? Go on the internet and lie?
No one lies in that. Where's this picture? Give me the picture.
Someday those tears are gonna spill. So build that wall.
Okay.
Build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long. Build that wall up to the sky.
Nope. It does not have a picture of this. Okay. All right, here we go. So you see this guy, chat. All right, so I want you to keep that in your mind, all right? That's the dude, right? Okay. So, you dismount to see what the trouble is. Between gasps, he tells you his misfortune. I, the legendary Tazba, doer of mighty deeds, slayer of evil and seeker of truths, find myself staring death full in the face. I should never have incurred the wrath of the dark jester by seeking to foil his evil plottings. 'Tis true, I leveled his palace and banished his warped minions from this plane. Yet a fool I was to believe this would truly vanquish one so steeped in evil. Even as I was making my way from the ruins, his tentacles of malice were reaching out to envelop me. Through the greatest love of my life, whom I trusted implicitly, he wrought his foul revenge. A death spell is pulsing through my sinews, and even my iron constitution cannot resist it much longer. My only hope is the healer of Gabon, but I cannot go on without food. And even then the healer has his price, and I have no money. That I, keeper of the fabled fortune of Foraznek, should die for want of 4 gold pieces. His head sinks wearily upon his shoulders, and he sobs. Tick off a time box. Damn it. Stop telling us to tick off time boxes. Will you... All right, chat, we have some choices here. Will you give him the money and the provisions he craves? Should we give him the money and provisions he craves? Should we leave him to his fate and ride on? Or question him further? Oh, I never closed that other one. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Should have stayed at that temple. So, yeah, I've heard this sob story. Can you pay me just a couple bucks for gas? Can I have just a couple bucks? Look, My aunt is in deadly trouble with medicine. Can you cash app me via Instagram tonight so I can save my aunt tomorrow? So $ vote space 1 means we give him the money and the provisions he craves. Do we $ vote space 2 leave him to his fate and ride on, or $ vote space 3 question him further? I am a Nigerian prince. Can you help me and I will... There's your guy. All right, so far we have 1 vote for giving him the money, 1 vote for leaving him to his fate, and 2 votes for questioning him further. Do 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 do. Okay, last call. Last call, last call. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Questioning him further. All right. Tazbad continues at length with tales of his own heroic exploits, which grow ever more outrageous. You soon realize that he is beginning to contradict himself, and you wonder if the man is truly suffering from a deadly curse. Tick off a time box. Ah, damn it. Do you agree to give him money? So now we have just a 2. Do you agree to give him money? That's $ vote space 1. Or do you doubt his tale and ride off without him? $ vote space 2. Food and money is $ vote space 1. Doubt his tale and ride off without him is $ vote space 2.
What if he's actually a fairy testing us to whether or not we are virtuous, and then he gives us 1 billion empty time boxes?
I was going to say, yeah. All of a sudden you
As
get
a
a
reward
ton of stuff
for-
that's just like, yeah. I've never seen a fairy that looks like that. We got to save our resources for our fair city. Well, that's fair enough. Okay, good. Right, all right, last call, last call. I think Chad is kind of like, look, this guy, he's like, I have top-level Rolex watches. You can get Rolex watches right here. Go completely vicious and evil. Yeah, but then that wouldn't fit with Tempo or Renivore. Okay, so...
No time to be nice.
Exactly. As you ride off, he calls after you. I curse you, scoundrel. I will catch up with you one day and take my revenge after I recover from this deadly death spell that I can't survive from. You ride for another hour, certain that you've left Tazbad far behind, then settle down for the rest of the night. Next morning, you are up bright and early and continue your journey. Soon you enter a small village in which you hope to refill your water bottle from the communal well. Tick off a time box. Oh, man. If you have the golden fist, I serve the flaming fist.
I am the law.
I am the law. All right. If not, turn to 2 minutes. Okay, so we do not have the golden fist. I mean, I think our fists are golden, but you approach the well, but your way is barred by several burly peasants shouting, "You're not welcome here, horse thief!" They don't look the sort to listen to reason, so you spur your horse out of the village.
Right? Are they assuming that we are a horse thief because we have a horse?
Presumably. How else
The
would we
only
have
people
one?
who can have a horse,
Only thieves.
only thieves can have horses.
In this dark times, you either eat a horse or you ride or you like have a horse at home that you never ride because otherwise you're a thief. I don't know. Okay.
Checks out.
I'm going to put in our first save point because we haven't had one yet. All right. You are beginning to feel that you are going to spend the rest of your life in the saddle. The weather is strangely humid for the time of year, and the occasional gusts of wind from the east bring little comfort. They are tainted by a fetid, sickly sweet stench. The road passes through a jumble of massive boulders, and a jagged scarp rises on your left. Ahead of you, another settlement huddles beneath a huge overhang of rock. Strangely, no smoke rises from it. As you approach, you notice several objects littering the road: shoes, bowls, and tools. You dismount and enter the village cautiously, finding a desolate street, empty of people and littered with debris. From one of the buildings to your right, you can hear a faint knocking sound. Will you follow the knocking? Should we search the buildings to our left? Or should we hurry out of the village and press on? There you go, chat. $ vote space 1 to follow the knocking. $ vote space 2 to search the buildings. $ vote space 3 to hurry out of the village and press on. All right, we have 2 votes for following the knocking and 2 votes for hurrying out of the village and pressing on. We are scouting. That's true. It's a combination, right? It's always a mix. Like, we're scouting. We're like, Kara's right that we don't want to waste time, but also we're trying to scout. So it's a combination of things. This is one of those villages, presumably, that they found that was empty. That sort of led them to think there was an invasion coming in the first place. You know what I just thought of? What if this whole thing was a feint? And that actually what they were trying to do was just kind of get us away from the city?
So, kind of the evil inverse of what happened in the thief one.
Yes.
What was that called again?
Oh god, with the eyes of the statue thing.
Yeah, where we had to get like the ruby or something, some gem.
Yes, night. Something night.
The one that takes place in Port Blacksand. There.
Yeah,
probably the only book that takes place there, right? Right.
No. There's another one that's in. Yeah, I was gonna say no. There's another one earlier. But let me get the title. I have it.
But yeah, where it like turned out that everything was just a setup. Though that one was like a nice setup, it was just a test to pass thief school. Oh, I'm hungry again. God damn it. I'm gonna have to go get myself a snack in a second.
We were overthinking it. It's Midnight Rogue.
Ah.
That's the name of it.
I'm gonna go get myself a snack real quick.
Okay.
Before I get like low blood sugar.
Yes,
again.
please
You know
do.
that.
Please do. We will look at this tempo on a horse in the meantime.
Oh, I know what's going on. I forgot to have a coffee. I usually always have a coffee at the beginning of the stream, but I completely forgot to this time. That's what I'm
Oh.
gonna do.
Okay. Well, as you're getting your coffee, Chad, I'm going to last call this, but we do need someone to break the tie. We have follow the knocking, which is tied at the moment with hurry out of the village and press on. So, and search the buildings to our left is currently behind those. So I do need someone to break this tie, please. Break this tie, break this tie, break this tie. Break this tie, this tie. It's a tie breaker. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. A tiebreaker. I see what you did there. All right, hurrying out of the village and pressing on. Chat's like, we're not ticking off any more time boxes. Okay. Leaving the village and its mighty rock outcrop behind, you follow the road. A few miles further on, you come upon another village as deserted as the last. Search though you may, you can find no explanation for the sudden disappearance of its inhabitants. There are signs of fighting, broken furniture, footprints milling about in the dust of the main street, but no signs of bloodshed and no corpses. Your mission was to discover the nature and the weaknesses of the enemy, yet so far it has just meant more and more mystery. Tick off a time box. If you carry on riding eastwards, or will you turn around and go back the way you came? So, $vote space 1 is we keep on riding east. $vote space 2 means we turn around and go back the way we came. And right now we are, let's see, we're about right there. We are right there. So we're about halfway, a little more than halfway through that first row of time boxes. Yeah, so $vote space 1 is keep going east. $vote space 2 is turning around and going back the way we came. Okay. Can we kill Doctor Who and take its TARDIS? All right, last call, last call. All right. I'm going to close that. Keep on riding eastward. You pass through a string of deserted vehicles. Yes, deserted vehicles. Suddenly cars. You pass through a string of deserted villages. You were overwhelmed by a sense of isolation, of terrible loneliness as you travel through this wasteland. How can you save a country all of whose people have vanished with hardly a trace? You lose all sense of time as there is nothing to mark one day from the next. Your purpose gone, you wander aimlessly. Finally casting your sword away, you meander through the countryside. Your adventure ends here. What? Okay. Okay. So. Yeah, like, what? Game done, next game. No, what are you talking about? Echo, we just started.
Hello.
Hi, Terry. Welcome back.
I see I got here at a great moment. We are losing our sword.
Well, no, we just said to keep going east, and we went further east, and then we like literally just they was just like we got depressed and threw away our sword and that was it. It's just like because there was like nobody there. I'm like, what kind of a hero is this guy? Yeah, you rode too much.
Heroes can suffer from depression, Gregory.
Yeah, like that's not how this look. Heroes are supposed to be brave and okay. So much for that.
Heroes
All right.
can be depressed.
Yes.
Have you not played any AAA video games that came out in the last 10 years?
Yeah, no, that's 100% true. It's very true.
Where
And actually,
protagonist
everyone's like,
a middle-aged man with depression.
listen, I myself may have some deeply affected ones that are part of this. Okay, so back to number 7, because we saved actually. Good thing I gave us a save point, which was basically the spot where we were in the village. So again, now I do want to mention that we could, just so you know, we could hurry out of the village and press on if you choose to after this. So this is not like the thing where we screwed up was the sort of the entry after this. But nonetheless, this is the one where we're in the village and you find a desolate street empty of people littered with debris. And from one of the buildings, we can hear a faint knocking sound. So I'm going to give us that choice again. But again, you can choose to hurry out of the village as long as we then choose to turn around. So just be aware that this was not where we ran into trouble. So follow the knocking, search the buildings to the left, or hurry out of the village. Yeah, I know. Maybe it'll change this time.
I just had a very delicious treat while I was downstairs.
What did you
A
have?
Madeleine with raisins.
All right, that's our show. And see, even nothing. Raisins are always trickery. They're always trickery. You just have to like you can't just be like, I had this thing with raisins. You're like, Madeline with raisins. Like, because I was like, oh.
But they make the Madeleines better. Madeleines? How do you correctly pronounce these? Like they're French, right? So Madeleine? I don't
Delicious pastries with cream and turds. That's what you've added. I love to raisin
cream?
hell. Coca-Cola with raisins, a classic. Well, something classic.
Coca-Cola raisin
Rather than-
flavor, yes.
Okay, so
Just
we got
as iconic as Cherry Coke.
Yeah. Super iconic, or new Coke even. Follow the Coke. Follow the Coke. No, follow the knocking. Search the buildings to the left, or hurry out of the village and ride on. Last call. This. New raisins. There you go. If they were new raisins, Big Boss, you know what we call those? Grapes. Ha ha! It's a fruit joke. Orange, you glad I made it?
This pains me.
Man, go away. Okay. You getting fresh, Arv? Yeah, I'm getting fresh.
I can only think of Dutch fruit puns. Like, for example, framboos. That's Dutch for raspberry, but boos also means mad or angry.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. My son has a half day today, so he's currently down playing with a friend, and it's a little loud. So I'm going to go down and shut the door to my office, and then I will return. At which point we will decide whether we're searching or what we're doing, and we'll see what awesome. I feel like. Oh, is this him having walked away from his sword? That's so sad.
Yes.
That's so sad. Oh man, I'll be right back.
Doing the Spider-Man, the iconic scene where Spider-Man gives up his suit and like walks through the what's it called? Alleyway with the spider suit in the foreground in the trash can. I know words. I'm great at English today. Can you tell? I've been doing nothing but reading Metal Gear fan fiction for the past few days when I'm not playing the game. Sometimes I'm sleeping in between.
Some Grand Fruity Punsi.
I probably read like 70k words of just Metal Gear fanfic. It's
wow.
Yeah.
When I think of down the rabbit hole, of reading 70k of Metal Gear fanfic definitely would be up there.
I have to do the math actually, but it definitely is more than 50k. Like I think these were each in between 10 and 20k, and I don't know. I read like 5 or 6 of these.
I feel like Metal Gear is itself fanfic, so I feel like it pretty.
I mean, yeah, literally. Well, yeah. Literally. To a degree, it's like a lot of like here movie references and here movie references.
Right. Yep.
Haha! These characters are named after the characters from Space Odyssey.
Yep.
You know how it is.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, they do that, in fairness, Final Fantasy VII with Wedge and Biggs and all that has a lot of Star Wars things too, but...
Big Boss, I'm not going to tell on stream. I might get ARF banned otherwise. But you can comment to my DMs, and I'm glad you sent me the links. I hope you also like Otasuna as much as I do.
Might as well read Warhammer 40k. Yeah, also High Dragon. Okay, we're going to search the buildings to the left is the decision this time with chat. Let's do that. You slip into one of the buildings nearby and try to find some clue to explain the mystery of the abandoned village. You quickly realize that you have entered the house of a wizard or herbalist. Fragrant drying herbs, arcane books and scrolls, and vials of colored liquids litter a desk in the corner to your right. To your left sits a rune-carved table on which lies a half-eaten knuckle of cured ham. Across the far wall, you see a row of puppets dangling on their strings from a high shelf above a cupboard. Will you go to look at them or examine the wizard's paraphernalia? And before you answer that, I think I have a picture of this. Let me see if I can find one. Great song, this one. I do have a picture of this. Okay. Okay, let's do this here.
In like actual book news, so I've gotten 2 of my friends recently to start reading Terry Pratchett, and I'm very proud of myself.
Very nice. Awesome. That's automatically a good thing. Okay. All right, chat. We're going to put this...
It's weirdly phallic. Well, swords. Swords look weirdly phallic by default, I guess, so...
Oh. I see what you... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put this down.
It's just a sketch. It will look better once I'm done, I promise.
Okay, wait a second. Up this... Okay, here we go. Now, 1 second, chat. All right, here we go, chat. So this is what you see. There is what you see. So again, herbs, arcane books, and scrolls. To your left is a rune-carved table on which lies a half-eaten knuckle of cured ham. Across the far wall, you see a row of puppets dangling on their strings from a high shelf above a cupboard. So, will you go to look at the puppets or examine the wizard's paraphernalia? $vote space 1 means you go to look at the puppets. $vote space 2 means you examine the wizard's paraphernalia. So $vote space 1, chat, you are, let's say, the master of puppets. Da-da, da-da,
oh my god, I'm literally wearing a Metallica sweater right now.
Are you really?
What the fuck? Yeah, no, it's like one of my boyfriends that he never wears, but it's so comfortable. So I just wear it around the house all day. Like, I actually do like Metallica, but I'm not the kind of person who likes Metallica enough to buy Metallica merch,
shirts. Yeah, my daughter actually for in her ensemble, they actually did a jazz version of Master of Puppets, which was interesting. Yeah,
funky.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty cool. And was not when she was like, "Yeah, we're doing Master of Puppets." I'm like, "Wait, what?" It's like, and she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What?" But yeah, it was kind of cool. When I fall. All right, chat, we have a $vote space 1, again, is to look at the puppets. $vote space 2, you do not look at the you look at the wizard's paraphernalia instead. So puppets, or paraphernalia. Really, this just looks like a typical store in Northampton. I mean, I don't know. The big deal.
With Cruella de Vil? Master of Puppets? Oh, Master of Puppies. Yeah, okay.
Master of Puppies.
I get it. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
At least I assumed that was a joke.
So the vote again is if you $ vote space 1 is moving towards the puppets to look at them. $ vote space 2 is you're examining the wizard's paraphernalia.
I want to play Little Big Planet again.
You want to play what?
Because of the Little Big Planet, because of the puppets.
Oh, gosh, I have not. Yeah, I think I played that. I think when I got my PS3, I think I played that quite a bit. Little Big Planet.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it is good. It is a good time. Vote 1 to
Never
become a
finished,
control ghost.
3? Which one is on the PlayStation 4? That's
I don't
3,
know. I
right?
only ever played the first one.
Yeah, I played the first 2 back in the day. And the third one, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
Whichever's on the 4. Numbers.
It's hard to believe that they're up to 3. Wow. If what should done.
Is it hard to believe though? Like this series is like kind of old by now.
No, I'm saying the fact that it's that old is what I mean. Like that it's been around, as long as it has. Okay. How about, since it's the next one up on the list, how about Secret of Mana, Tari?
Didn't we already do that one last time?
Did we do it last time, really?
Yes.
I think we did Secret of Evermore.
We also did Secret of Mana, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
or
did
the
we?
time before that. We did do it for the previous book, though. I'm very sure.
Okay, I got...
I thought of a different game earlier. Oh, right, Prince of Persia. Like it was already mentioned in chat.
Sands of Time.
Time.
Yeah. That's a good call. Yep. There you go. That's your answer.
There was like this other famous game with like time travel,
I really like.
shenanigans.
I did really like Prince of Persia.
I think I played the demo of Sense of Time.
Very cool
like
game.
A billion years ago. So.
The new one I've heard is solid, but I have not had a chance to check it out yet. Oh my gosh.
See, Solid is the main character of Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, another one. Liquid.
Please,
Solid.
somebody shoot me.
Unreal. Okay.
Brain rot is real.
All right, I'm going to put this in Zoom chat for you. There is the soundtrack that I am using. All right, here we are. Prince of Persia.
I request that we do, after this book, one with like a spy theme.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Actually,
or like robot theme, like mechas also works,
Yes,
both,
actually.
Ideally.
And actually, it's funny you mentioned that. Hold on a second, let me fix the music. I'll have to go look at it later on, but I think one of our next ones is metallic or robot based. Anyway, but regardless, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna close that.
No, wait! I played myself, and I have to draw machines. No.
That's that's true.
Oh god.
Wait till I find a Metal Gear Solid Choose Your Own Adventure book. I'll bet I can find one somewhere.
Yeah, if there exists one only in Japanese, I'm assuming.
I'll get it translated. It'll be fine. Okay, rummaging among
you,
the
Mr. Moneybags.
no. I mean, like, I would be like, for the love of the. No, I would pay them obviously. Rummaging among the vials and pieces of scrap paper on the desk, you come across a parchment stained green by a sticky syrup which is spilled from a cracked bottle. You hold up the soggy sheet, straining to read the scrawl which covers it. You can't make out all the words, just occasional snippets. And do not leave the house until you are certain the danger is past. Under no circumstances allow... ... Safe, then you should make your way to your parents' village by... ... Find yourself in the shifting forest. You must follow the brush bearer's gloves or be lost forever... ... So that's what the note says. And do not leave the house till you're certain the danger is past... ... Under no circumstances allow... ... Safe, then you should make your way to your parents' village by... ... Find yourself in the shifting forest. You must follow the brush bearer's gloves or be lost forever... ... If you haven't already done so, you may now examine the puppets and cupboard, or you may continue rummaging on the desk. So $vote space 1 is now you go to examine the puppets in cupboard. $vote space 2 is you keep rummaging on the desk. Very cute, Gregory. Very cute. I see what you did there. AI can translate it. Can translate it badly. I'm dramatically showing your picture.
Dramatically?
Yeah, by having it turn on and off with the music. Wasn't that
Oh,
dramatic?
I see. It's like, sadly, I can't draw and look up at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I can, but like only when I'm paper drawing, not when I'm digitally drawing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's like a thing that like some of my artist friends like to comment on. Like before I moved, before the lockdown and everything, I used to attend these regular cartoonist meetups in my area. Well, not really in my area. It was technically a 2-hour train drive. Anyway, but yeah, like how like we would all just sit around the table, have a drink, draw, chat about this and that, and I would just draw and look at people while talking at the same time.
Wow.
And I didn't notice before, like my friends pointed that out to me,
That's I mean, that's actually good though for like commissions at conventions, probably, right? Like being able to do that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, cartoonists in your area want to meet. The cartoonists don't want you to know this one crazy trick, right, Big Boss? No, that's. I mean, as if I couldn't be more impressed with your illustration ability already, Tari. Okay, so it looks like Chad has decided that we should continue to rummage. So we will keep on rummaging. Keep on rummaging. Okay. You glance through the books and scrolls, but the rambling text means nothing to you. The vials look more promising. Though many are cracked and their contents spilt, a few remain intact. Of these, you salvage the 3 which seem the least noxious, each containing an unexciting, cloudy brown liquid. Each is labeled in the same crabbed handwriting. You may risk drinking one or more of the liquids now, or you may take any or all of them with you. If you decide to take them with you, note down the name of each potion you take on your adventure sheet, together with the paragraph number which you should go to if you decide to drink it. You may drink one of these potions at any time you would normally be able to drink a potion, that is, as long as you are not in battle. Remember, note down the number of the paragraph you're at before turning to the relevant paragraph for the potion you're about to drink. You should also make a note of that fact when you have drunk a potion. Each vial contains only one mouthful, so once you have drunk a potion, it has all gone. All right, so there are 3 potions, chat. So which potions should we take? And I think we're going to do the multi-vote. So Effect Life, if I do multi-vote 3, it means they can take up to 3, right? Like I'm trying to think about how best to do this. We're basically just going to get a sense of stuff. Okay, so one of them is labeled Gulch. One of them is labeled Aral. And one of them is labeled Sons of Liberty. No, I'm just kidding. I made that one up. One of them is labeled Zazaz.
I need scissors 61.
There we go, chat. So you can vote for up to 3 of these that you'd like to take with you. Gulch, Aral, and Zazaz. So you could do $ votes. Zazaz. Jazz hands. Zazaz. I like to drink Zazaz. Zazaz hands, exactly. So you can vote for as much as you like in terms of the ones that you want to take with you. If there's a clear, like, 3rd place, then I'm going to say that we don't take those. If there's a tie, we'll take the tied potions. So basically, the ones that are tied, we will take with us. That's basically how we're doing it. Okay. Will we become Victor Zsasz? Oh, yeah. So Batman, I knew I had to take each person and kill them slowly. That was the only way my plan would work. That's basically my memory of chasing Zsasz across Arkham City. And those freaking phones you had to get to. Oh, right now we have votes. Everyone wants to take all of Gulch, Aral, and Zsasz.
Yesterday, while tidying up the bedroom, I found actually a Batman comic in my nightstand that I had completely forgotten.
Oh, wow. Like an old
Batman
school
Metal,
one?
the first, what's it called? Paperback.
Oh, neat. So
Yes.
so it is older school.
What? Batman Metal?
Yeah.
That one is like maybe 5 years old,
What?
tops.
Did you say the first Batman paperback?
Batman Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But then you said something about the first. You
No,
said
the paperback. Like the first paperback
Oh.
from the series Batman Metal.
Oh, the first paperback from the series. I thought you meant the first
Yeah.
Batman paperback, and I'm like, wow.
Oh,
I was like,
God,
damn.
no,
I
no.
was like, I
I
see.
didn't like Batman. I just got that one because I like the artist.
Oh, really? So,
Yeah.
I was
Well,
I
it's
was
not like I
wondering.
dislike Batman. I just,
Not
prefer
your thing.
Green Arrow and Green Lantern,
I was wondering if you ever looked at like Frank Miller's stuff or whatever from Batman of the '80s, basically.
I have not actually.
I was
I
curious.
think of the famous, like really famous Batman books. I think I only read Killing Joke.
Right. Okay. You read a novelization of the first Batman movie in 1960. That's back in the day. I read a novelization of the Star Wars back in like the early 80s.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh my! I have actually like one of the first issue printings of the like the proto Star Wars, like the one that Star Wars was supposed to be when it was still Starkiller, not Skywalker.
Wow, that's
yeah,
yep.
like an original copy of that one.
Wow.
Which because one of my brothers works as a nurse at an elderly home,
Mm-hmm.
and one of his guys that he takes care of there, he bequeathed that upon him, and then he passed it on to me because he knows a lot of Star Wars more than he does.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Is it in good shape? I mean, is it?
Pretty much. Like it has like a bit it's been read, but it's not falling apart.
Right. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Were these bukes you speak of? What? I think I missed that, Dragon.
Bukes.
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 Books.
Bukes.
Books. Oh, yip.
I remember that. Yip. Okay, all right, chat. We want a potion of each of them. Okay, now the question is, so potions, Gulch. I'm gonna write down a number. And then what is it? Aral. And that's 285. And Zsasz. And that's that. Okay. Cool. All right, there are the potions. Now the question is, chat. Should we drink them, any of them or not? Right now. So $ vote space. I'm going to go back to multi here. So $ vote space 1 means we drink one or more of these now. We drink one of them right now. $ vote space 2 means we do not drink them now. So do we drink this now or not is the question. $ vote space 1 means we should. $ vote space 2 says we do not right now.
Like so many half-read books in my nightstand. It's really annoying. Because I can never finish anything. I always pick up something else at some point.
Yeah. So you don't. So then you and you don't ever circle back. Then by the time you circle back around, you may have forgotten the first part of the book that you started reading, maybe.
Yeah, I had that problem with Wintersmith by
Yep.
Terry Pratchett.
Yep.
That was a real big issue for me, where I was I started this, and then 2 years later, I picked it up again. I had to restart from the beginning. It was really annoying.
Pretty much, that's kind of like my.
As annoying as reading Terry Pratchett can be.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking.
It's true. I was actually reading that to my daughter, and then she's gotten super busy, so we haven't. And then she wanted me to start reading Gray Shade to her, which I did. So we will come back to Wintersmith at some point, but. Tara, you should try Heretic. You won't be able to put it down, Big Boss says. Well, listen.
Heretic, never heard of it.
Yeah. Not yet, but soon. The summer of Greyshade. The summer of Heretic.
Yeah, I did restart reading. Restart. I picked up again American Gods.
Yeah.
The other week.
Good book.
Yes. Still sad that they canceled the TV series.
Yeah, that only had... what, 1 season? 2 seasons?
2 seasons.
Two seasons. I mean, at least they are doing Good Omens is still moving along and whatever. So there's other, and Sandman.
Yeah, I still need to catch up on that.
Yeah, but no, American Gods is good stuff. Okay, we are going to close that. So you're not going to do the potions now, but we have the potions later, which will be helpful. Okay. Now it asks us at this next entry the very odd question: if you have a blowpipe. Which is interesting because we do not have a blowpipe. Otherwise, if you have not yet...
You have my image away.
Oh, sorry. I was now we're done with this thing. I beg your pardon. Nope, wrong one. That one. Oh, nice. There we go. Now we just were showing that. Yeah, thanks. That was just showing the other one that was there. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. We have 3 vials, which are carefully labeled for your use. Yes. You can see them right there. Okay. If you have not examined the puppets and cupboard, you may do so, or you may leave the building and make your way out of the settlement. So, $vote space 1. $vote space 1 means that we examine the puppets and the cupboard, which we haven't done yet. $vote space 2 means we leave the building and make our way out of the settlement. So, $vote space 1, examine the puppets. $vote space 2, get out of the settlement.
We're going a good 20 more minutes, right?
That is correct. Yep, 20 minutes. Puppets and dolls are always bad news, says Carol.
I literally mentioned Little Big Planet earlier. You couldn't be more wrong.
That's true. That's not bad news. That's true. Also, Pinocchio has his moments. Yeah, exactly. It's not mimes. That's a whole other thing.
What is it with the hate of mimes in English media?
Because they're silent and they stare into your soul.
Okay.
They do this a lot. They're constantly checking walls.
I was not familiar with the hate of mimes until I started reading Terry Pratchett, because it's not a thing in German.
I see. It's because they can't talk back.
When that came up.
It's tied into clowns. The fear of clowns
That's
also is related to this.
Not a thing.
Clowns?
In Germany. Like being afraid of clowns. That's also a Hollywood thing.
No, this is also a UK thing. They did no, it's not even Hollywood. They did I think I've told you this. They did a survey of a children's hospital, and 98% of the children did not were afraid of clowns. And there was this response to that from the Clown Society. There was in our experience, children love clowns. Yeah, but your experience is not borne out by the children's hospital residents who do not want to see clowns. That's, in Germany, it is a comedy. All right, chat, we need to vote here. So far we have Caro, who definitively does not want to check puppets and cupboard. But $vote space 1 means you can check the puppets and the cupboard. $vote space 2 means you will not do so and you will make your way out of the settlement. So $vote space 1, examine the puppets in the cupboard. $vote space 2, leave the building.
Maybe, and I'm purely judging from what I've seen from American media, right? So I don't know how much that lines up with reality.
Okay.
It's because clowns are much more prevalent. You see a lot more clowns, apparently. There's children birthday parties and parks clowns selling, but we don't have that at home.
Right, you
Like,
just
you
don't have
hire
exposure to
people.
clowns. Right, yeah.
Well, we
yeah.
had them at a circus, or during like Carnival, which is like our equivalent of whatchamacallit, Halloween.
Mm-hmm. But they're locked in place, is what I'm saying. Like they're they don't show up, randomly at like parties or things like that.
How? I'm not sure I can allow that post. I don't know, Greg. That's your call.
Wait, what is this?
That's like a automod in chat.
Oh, wait a second. Let me pop that up and see.
I do not feel confident about making that call. Oh, Triffid made that call. Never mind.
Was this the
clown fetish thing?
Oh. I mean, that would have been okay.
We all read that Reddit post.
Yeah, that would have been okay. Well, the funny thing is that the first thing I saw when I popped it up was I had to deal with the Christian clowns from Emily. I'm like, what's the problem with that? And then I went back up and I was like, oh. I mean, I would be troubled if people were, the clown fetish. No, it's fine. What happened to comedy? It's true. Well, see, the thing is, too, that I think clowns just aren't very funny most of the time. Like clowns, my experience has been that certain clowns, which are more sort of like in the jester or fool category, that's a different story. Shakespeare's fools, right, are hugely, hugely interesting for lots of different reasons. But those are not, paint your face and then live in a sewer type clowns, right? Like that's a whole different, genre of clown. So
I suppose.
You'd go hide somewhere in the church. Yeah. See, I was not a big circus person, and that's part of it, so I didn't really have a lot of exposure until I got to Cirque du Soleil, which is awesome. But that was a whole different thing. Yeah, but you don't paint your face for that. But Dr. I am Pagliardi, exactly. Okay. Yeah, people have sometimes reactions like that to like the Easter Bunny, which is also massive,
Oh, St. Nicholas is a big
human-sized bunny. Yeah.
Like every kid has a photo of itself where it's like a toddler age, and being held by Saint Nick and bawling its eyes out.
Yep, our kid.
Very sure I also have a photo like that of me somewhere.
Little Arv when she was a baby, so year old maybe, less than a year old. Like there's this picture of her with this Santa Claus, and she's smiling, but she's smiling because off camera, my wife is like doing this full out like, like comedy show, like woohoo, like things that make her laugh, So like, and that was basically it, like just long enough for them to get the picture, and then she had to get off the lap of this guy before she was just like, wait, what, boy? So. I had a friend who was scared to work as a clown. His predecessor had big shoes to fill. Well done. Nice work. Hey. That's good stuff. It's good stuff.
I would honk my nose for that.
Very good. Boo. All right. So we're tied up, chat. Are you going to examine the puppets in the cupboard, which is $vote space 1? Or are you going to leave your building and make your way out of the settlement? That's $vote space 2. I need someone to break this tie. That's it, Craig Ray. Exactly. Trying to get their kids to smile. All right. Going once. Going twice. All right, we're gonna find out whether Caro's fear of puppets is going to be a problem. Let's find out. As you approach the row of puppets, your left foot squelches in something and skids. You have trodden in a sticky green footprint, one of a line which leads from the cupboard to the table and back again. The cupboard before you is crudely daubed with a rune, the sign of a single arrow. Will you open the cupboard with your sword ready to strike, or open it normally? So $vote space 1 is you open the cupboard with your sword. $vote space 2 means you open it normally. I was waiting to see when the puppets were going to pop up. Hey, T-Bank.
Pop up.
Yeah.
Pop up.
Puppet up. Pop,
Mm.
puppet. Okay.
I'm just imagining like an action figure collector's shelf here, where like you have like all of these action figures, like all still in the packaging, neatly lined up, completely dust free.
Okay. All right. So we have right now, we have a few, there we go. We have 3 votes right now for opening the cupboard with your sword ready to strike, and 2 votes for opening it normally. Don't forget, you can always explain your reasoning either way. Perhaps if people remember, this is not the first time you've seen green stuff. Know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about Warhammer or?
Ah. That's a whole different... I was actually talking to a friend of mine, was a notable entry at the Adepticon, I think it's called the Golden Phoenix or something, or Golden... It's this, like, it's like this hugely prestigious award for miniature painting, and a lot of it is Warhammer based. So there were a lot of this, like, Warhammer things, whatever. But the one that I showed, I have to actually send you a link to this, Tari. It was the one that won it. So he got a notable entry, which is a big deal because this is like the biggest thing ever. It was basically like an honorable mention, but like at a place like this, it's really impressive. And he's very good at it. But the one who won, he was like walking around beforehand. He said, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. So it's from some Warhammer thing. I don't know the details. But it is a vampire dressed in this cloak looking down on the surface of a lake. And the miniature... it has him on top, and he's next to like some tree that has these 2 evil red eyes staring out of it. But below, Golden Demon, that's it. Yeah, thanks, Big Boss. Below it, you see him looking down into the lake, and it's got their reflection. So he's got it's 3-dimensional. So it's like this on top of this tree. So the tip of the tree is at the bottom of the stand, and then leads all the way up so that you have both sides of the reflection. Also in the reflection, you see his like cloak. So first you're like, oh my God, that looks amazing. And then you realize that in the cloak, there's nothing there because it's a vampire, right? So it doesn't see its reflection. And then on top of it, there's like a banshee or something that's waiting in the water. And the thing is, so first of all, like conceptually, it's amazing. Secondly, it looks like a 2-dimensional painting. Like you would not believe this was 3-dimensional. It was extraordinary, like, oh my goodness. So it won by like a mile, like one of the greatest miniatures they'd ever seen, because the guy obviously had to like 3D print it and then like develop some other stuff to make it. Also, it only is standing on like the one little bit of the branch, and then it's also incredibly detailed and like wild. Is super cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so in fact, while we're finishing up with that vote, have you seen that, Craigery? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going to show chat actually. I'm going to show the picture of the vampire one. I mean, a lot of them here are amazing, but... and there's a Middle Earth one as well, which is good. But okay, here we go. So... let me see if I can do this one. Okay. And the picture, according to him, the picture does not do it justice either. Like, I'm gonna make this a little bit larger than the window. So there we go. Like, look at that.
Damn.
I just can't get it. Like, it looks like, if you just looked at it, you assume it would be on paper, right? I mean, for just a moment. I was really impressed. I was like, he's like, this is, you have to look at this. And I was like, yep, that's
That's dope.
Yeah, it was a Warhammer thing, but I'm not familiar. I know very little about Warhammer. So yeah, getting into miniatures. It's very good in terms of mindfulness, but it's also good in terms of bankrupting yourself. Yes.
Yeah, and losing all of your space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's very true, actually. Yeah, because he's like, there's a lot of clutter. I still think he chose a vampire because he didn't want to do a second phase. But I mean, the thing is, though, I know that's funny, but like, if you look down at a big boss, like, at first I was like, oh, it's a really cool, and I'm like, wait, what is that down? Does it not have a face? Like, and I was just like, oh, that's super cool. Yeah, so that won by like a healthy margin. I thought that was really cool. Okay. All right, so Chad has decided. Oh my gosh, scary puppets being made. Okay, so you're going to open the cupboard with your sword, ready to strike. Okay. You just have enough time to glimpse a small, slimy green form cramped within the cupboard before you were engulfed in a choking cloud of gritty powder. You drop your sword and clutch at your face. Your eyes burn, your nose starts to run, and you retch violently. You lose 1 point of stamina. Then whatever was in the cupboard comes tumbling out, worms its way between your legs, trying to escape. Do you wish to make a grab at it, chat? So, quick binary choice. Do you wish to try to grab this thing that's trying to escape? And I will open that up. So, $ vote space 1 is you're going to try to grab at this thing. $ vote space 2 means you're not going to. And thing, I mean only because you don't know, you can't see it. Like, it's just this, like, something. Caro is speedrunning this entire book. Caro's like, nope, never mind, forget it, nope, ignore that, go, nope. Okay. I want to see how many interesting ways. Okay. $ vote space 1. I want to see how many interesting ways we can die. Well, again, this is whatever this thing is. You don't know what that's the thing. It may not even be a thing. You just don't know, right? And you did open the cupboard with your sword drawn, so, like, there's that.
It's a kitty cat. Hey, Muisje. I'm being
Hello, Lorelai.
peeped at. Somebody wants attention and love. Yes.
All right, chat, we're going to need someone to break this tie. We are at 2-2 right now. Okay, $ vote space 1. This was what this is. Echo, this is basically, so we opened the cupboard with our sword drawn, and then this small green form, we don't know if it's covered in green or what, there was this cloud of gritty powder, and then whatever it is tried to escape, but we have no idea what it is. So this is just, are we going to basically grab the creature before it can escape? Because we don't even know if it's a creature. We have no idea what it is. So that's basically what the vote is. So tie vote. So still tie. I need someone to break this tie. So need someone to break this tie. Well, need someone to break this tie. Let's make it happen, chat. Don't grab it, but try and pick up the sword. Well, you'll be able to pick up the sword regardless. It's a tough. This is tough. We're tied 4-4. Chat is very divided on this decision. Very divided on this decision. Troll has spoken. No, I understand that Dragon, like, you know, it's Dragon's job in life to tie, but nonetheless, a vote is a vote. All right, chat. We still need someone to break this tie. I'm a neutral. If no one breaks it, Tari's got to jump in and make the vote.
Oh yeah, I can break bones. That's what we are talking about, right?
No.
No.
He said nervously, moving away. No. Break ties. Break ties. All right, Big Boss. This is that.
That's
Whoa.
lame. I'm not going to do that.
I'm not gonna. So you like Tari being the tiebreaker or the Tari breaker? Well, Big Boss has changed his vote.
I'm unbreakable.
He's unbreakable. Great movie. Better than Sixth Sense, I think. Oh, you haven't seen it? Seriously, Tari, have you not seen that?
No.
You should totally. You would really like it.
Wait, what?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Yeah, with Bruce Willis, Samuel Jackson, M. Night Shyamalan as director. Yeah,
Ah,
I liked
God,
Unbreakable.
it's difficult to type while I'm using the tablet because, like, I have my keyboard behind the tablet. So I have to,
Oh,
like,
I see.
awkwardly reach around.
I think it was the second movie after The Sixth Sense that he did, or maybe I don't remember that for sure, but I really, really liked Unbreakable a lot. Okay,
A thriller or something?
yes, I would classify it as a thriller
Okay.
with some fantastic elements.
Okay. Supernatural thriller.
Yes,
That does sound like it could be up my alley.
yes, I think you would really like that. I think it's very well done, and I think it's kind of your bag. I think. There's a twist. Yeah, spoiler. Yeah, no kidding. Okay.
What a twist!
So, you have decided to not grab at this creature, and you'll never know what it is. While you are writhing from the effects of the dust, you hear the door of the house slam and running footsteps fading away. When your vision finally returns, you see the empty cupboard in front of you, sticky green footmarks leading out of it. If you have not yet searched the desk in the corner, you have actually searched the desk in the corner. So you may follow the footsteps. That's the only other option. Outside the building, the sticky batches lead along the main street towards the far gate. You fetch your horse and mount up. Unfortunately, the trail gets fainter and fainter as it goes on, and by the time you reach the gate, the footsteps are barely visible in the dust. You realize that your quarry has eluded you. Disappointed, you continue your journey. Okay. And this actually brings us to the one where last time we died, which is where you leave the village, and we're closing in on the end of our session today after this amazing puppet drawer that's being done. Leaving the village and this mighty rock outcrop behind you, follow the road. This is the one where you come across another village, which is as deserted as the last. And we do have to tick off a time box. I already did that, actually. I ticked off the time box to begin with, so I'm not going to tick off another one. So we were sitting right now at 6. So now we have to come back the way we came, because otherwise the book comes to an end, so we can't do that. So you gallop back the way you came, pausing from time to time to refill your water bottle. As you spur your mare over a grassy rise, you suddenly find yourself struggling with the reins when she rears up. Something has disturbed her, something which lies ahead. You can see nothing, but you catch the faintest trace of a sour, musty smell. After some coaxing, your horse continues reluctantly down into the valley and along the narrow track which winds its way up the hillside opposite. You have to pick your way carefully up the steep path, but finally you top the ridge and look down into the valley. Off to your left, you can see a column of smoke rising. Have you marked 10 or more time boxes? We have not, so it says to tick off a time box. But then your attention is drawn to the far end of the valley way off to your right. You shiver involuntarily, and the hairs on the nape of your neck rise. Your horse shies and whinnies in terror. A thick stench fills your lungs. The sparse slopes are being enveloped by this. That's right, this. They are being
nice
slowly enveloped
trail.
by an advancing wave of black lava, or so it seems. Your
Black
eyes.
lava?
That's black lava as opposed to red lava. This is black lava, apparently. Your eyes adjust to the distance, and you see that the oozing black mass is not liquid, but a seething ocean of people. Even as you watch, it seeps closer, spreading like a dark stain. You have found the invading army, but will you survive to make use of your knowledge? There are many more people in the horde below than in Calamer's entire army. And the last question that's going to be asked, we're not going to ask it now, is do you ride down into the valley to take a closer look or gallop off to your left to try to reach the village? And what choice will be made, chat? Only you will know, but not today. Because that is going to bring us to the end of Slaves of the Abyss for the moment. So, interesting start. Some strange moments to this, I think, including the whole do we search for puppets or not. I think Terry's made some appropriately creepy ones there. That fits very well, I think. But yeah, no, it was good stuff. But we managed to successfully explore a little bit and freak out whatever it was that was inside the cupboard, which we didn't then try to catch. So who knows what that was. Even though that was clearly the instant win person, like not that we'll ever know. No. And so, yeah, we will find out what happens. So, Tari, I guess, as always, what we need to do is those puppets or nope is go through and see what we did. So we started with this, which did you look up this book and then do this drawing?
No, I saw on stream.
Oh, okay.
The cover art.
Yeah, because I was going to...
While I was like waiting for you to introduce me, and then I noticed at some point, well, this is taking very long.
Yeah, because I got that call in the middle of it. The reason I say that is I wanted to show you something inside
No, because like my connection was blown, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true, actually. I forgot about that. I wanted you to look at this. Let me see if I can... Hold on. Let me see if I can find one that's not quite that spoilery. Because it sort of surprised me when I saw it. Oh, here we go. So look at this on stream, Tari, if you can.
Yes, delay. Oh, more hands.
But it looks
see.
so like it, though. I saw it and I was like,
see.
oh, wow, that's super cool. That's cool. I really like it. So you were
Yeah,
great
well,
minds
I was
thinking.
just going off the hands in space.
Yeah, no, I know. It was very cool. So that was the first drawing, was hands in space. Okay.
No, hands
in
in
space.
When we last saw the crew of the swine trek, no. Yeah, here's our hero, Tempo Arenavor.
Yeah,
Arenavor?
Tempo Arenavor.
Arenavor.
Look at this guy. You know this guy. This guy does not look like someone who ever like opens a cupboard without his sword drawn. Basically, he's always ready to go. Even at home, medicine cabinet, like he's ready. Awesome, love it. And then Tempo Arenavor and his trusty steed, who's named what? What's the steed named?
Steed.
It's a steed.
That's a name, Steed.
Steed.
And it's a stallion.
Okay. You should call it Mare and then confuse people. It's called Mare, but it's a stallion. Thundersteel, yeah, that also works. Okay, Steed. His name is Steed.
What was the name from Borderlands again?
I don't know about that. I was going to say that The Witcher 3, the horse is always called Roach. But...
What was the name of Handsome Jack's diamond unicorn?
Did you say Butt Stallion? Echo?
Butt Stallion! Yes, Butt Stallion! She is so beautiful.
Butt Stallion.
Yeah, it's a unicorn made of diamonds.
Right. So obviously,
Yes.
What was this from? Did you say?
Borderlands 2 specifically.
Borderlands. See, I never played Borderlands 2. I played Borderlands 1.
Oh,
Never played
do you
Borderlands
actually
2.
enjoy first-person shooters?
I do
at all?
sometimes. Yes, actually, I do sometimes, especially
because,
playing them
I hate
co-op.
first-person shooters, but I love Borderlands.
Interesting.
So-
I like first-person shooters, especially if I'm playing them co-op with people. I like that.
Well, that one is all about the co-op.
Okay. I should try that at some
You
point.
can play that with up to 4 people. I think it's like basically if like your average first-person shooter and Diablo had a Fallout-shaped baby in space.
You would join for that, Echo? Yeah. I
would also join for that if you would stream at a time where I can be on.
Reasonable time to actual play. Yeah, but the
Dibs
thing
on
is
Krieg.
though,
I'll be playing Krieg.
but I hadn't.
just
But
saying.
that's the thing. I hadn't played the I hadn't played the story though. So so you need to do the whole thing where it's like, don't do the Destiny 2 thing where you're like, everyone's like, oh, you poor sweet summer child. The lore is this and this and this, and like, you know.
You can skip the first one, like just read like a 1-paragraph summary on Wikipedia because it had barely any story in it.
Okay.
The characters from the first game are in it though, like the player characters, but that's fine. Like you're completely, but just play the second one and just the main story. That's fine. Then you are set. That's like the best part of the entire series.
I got you. Co-op Tuesday. Speaking of this, by the way, chat, totally off the topic before Tara goes to the next picture. I realized the other day, I was like, I had found this command because I started playing on my Steam Deck the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky second chapter, and they met Sieg again, and all of a sudden it all came back to me. I'm like, oh, I remember what these commands came from. Anyway, no, that's cool. I will keep that in mind. And then here he is, having just given up. I thought this, honestly, that was one of the more bizarre endings I've ever experienced in a fighting fantasy book, where it's just like he just gets depressed and then forgets what he's doing and leaves. I'm like, what?
I mean, it's
like,
realistic.
I guess, yeah. No, it is, but it's sort of like, what? Okay. Anyway, so so he just leaves his sword and walks away, and that's Arenavore, and you're like, no,
And then
Tempo,
a week later,
no.
he's gonna have horrible regrets about that.
Yep.
Potions.
The 3 potions, that's right, which I hope chat remembers. Very critically important to remember that we have Gulch, Aral, and Zazaz. So just remember that. Very nice, very nice.
And then our beloved, very cute and not at all creepy puppets.
Not at all creepy puppets. It's the staring look. It's the real. It's the staring thing where you're just sort of like So these are the ones that we have. So it's fine, Caro. It's all totally fine, is what I'm saying.
And then a bonus pride flag.
Yeah, and a bonus. I forget. That's right, and a bonus pride flag. So that was the Forga flying above the Forga temple. Is the god of pride? Is this totally? Because that's really what it is. Man, we
Does
have
it
blah
imply
blah
that
blah.
there's also god of wrath and a god of gluttony and so on?
Yeah, well,
And
actually,
is it then a demon, like demons based on the heavenly virtues?
mm-hmm. Yep. Well, the thing about this too is that this literally Forga shows up in sorcery in the series, the sorcery series, the gamebook series in book 2, in the city of Kare, city port of traps. There's a point where you have to remember Korga, god of grace, and Forga, god of pride, or something. And Forga is one of the gods. So it's interesting that it made its way back here. So, Echo, you'll remember the Zazaz hands. You'll always remember those. As always, Tari, these were great, and this is a weird book, but cool so far. And now we have to figure out how to stop an invading army. I'm sure we can handle that. It's no problem. We've done much harder than that before, so it'll be fine. Thank you, Tari, for doing this. It was awesome. How did you feel about today? Also, most importantly, where will the folks find you next? Whoa.
Hello.
Did I
Test,
lose?
test.
Oh, hi. I was just
Hi,
asking.
my internet just died there for a hot minute.
Oh,
That
okay.
just happens sometimes.
I was saying thank you for being here, and I was saying when will the fine folks see you next?
Oh, thank you very much for having me. Yeah, over here, I don't know, next Tuesday after?
Next
something
Tuesday
like
for
that.
Beowulf, I believe, is for us.
Beowulf, yeah. What?
What? And,
What?
yeah, nothing going wrong with that either. No monster caves that you have to investigate and all that. Should be fine.
Yes, you
So-
can't kill off my followers. Contractually obligated to not kill off my followers.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to learn new followers that I have to design
That's true.
in your interest.
That's true.
To keep them alive.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Next week for that, and people can follow me on Tumblr and on Instagram and on Blue Sky at TariToons, where I occasionally post my drawings. when I'm not binge gaming and binge reading.
Metal Gear fanfics, yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. Not the fanfics, but I'm definitely excited to see more stuff
No,
from you.
you are not excited to see them.
No,
Frank
you are.
might like them. Let's not get into that. I don't know if he's into Metal Gear though. But yeah, people can follow me there.
And we'll have you back for that, and then we'll have you back. I think we're doing 2 Beowulfs this month actually, which is cool. So we will see you for a couple of these because there's 5 Tuesdays in April. So we're going to see you for 2 of these, which will be good. And then more Slaves of the Abyss next month as we continue with Tempo Arenavore. So thank you, Tari. Check, we get some love for the amazing TariToons. And you should also follow Tari on all the things. You should follow Tari on Blue Sky now for sure. And still not
Tumblr and
right?
Instagram.
And Instagram. Okay.
Yes.
Want to make sure. Everyone should do all the things that involve Tari. Thank you, Tari, so much. And
Thank you for having me.
I will see you soon.
Bye-bye. Au revoir.
All right, good stuff. Excellent stuff. Really enjoyed that quite a bit. And we are going to have more of this coming up, as I mentioned, next month. As you'll get more of Slaves of the Abyss. That's right. And that's good because it's actually right near the end of our Prince of Persia, so that actually works perfectly. That, chat, is going to do it for us on this channel, but we're not done overall streaming because I am going to be over on GOG.com's Twitch channel in a little over an hour, 4:15 p.m. Eastern, where we will be finally returning to Ghosts of Saltmarsh. There's nothing on my Discord saying, oh, I can't do it, oh, we have the PC, oh, my PC blew up, or some medical thing. Everything is fine. We're playing. And chat, they have just discovered what was supposed to be a long since disappeared ship, maybe some kind of ghost ship, which clearly has been attacked by some massive beast. So there's lots of stuff going on, is basically what I'm saying. You got a lot of stuff, so you'll want to check out all of that. And that's going to be happening 4:15 with D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So you'll definitely want to be back here for that, back on that channel, I should say, for that in a little over an hour. Otherwise, don't forget tomorrow night on this channel at I believe it is 9 p.m. Eastern. We have got more of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So Community D&D will be back with the Shadow Crew. That's going to be happening tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursday, of course, Thursday night, we have more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a ton of fun, and you're going to want more of that also. If you like what you saw and heard today, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. And for those of you who are watching over on my YouTube channel, welcome. Please join us on Twitch also. And yeah, thank you, everybody. And please subscribe. It's free to do that to YouTube. And we have a new record of subscribers. So we're continuing to build and grow that as much as we can. So definitely please do that. Discord is !ArvCord. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Website is arvaneleron.com. Financially, !ArvTweets. I think I said, and then Twitter and our !ArvSky is my blue sky. Financially, !ArvShop is the merchandise area. !ArvTreon, the real Ghosts of Saltmarsh, this Tuesday on Fox. !ArvTreon, that's my Patreon sitting right there. We actually have gone up a couple of bucks recently, but would love to see that get back into triple digits. You can get cool stuff for you and cool stuff for the channel as a whole, moving us towards various channel goals. You can also do some of that if you sub to the channel, getting those custom sub badges and emotes. We had a couple of people who subbed and resubbed today. Thank you. And again, that gets you some awesome stuff, including inspirations to support our tabletop players throughout the month. So definitely jump on board to support us by doing that as well if you can. On the publishing side, !Icarus, that's my graphic novel from Athos Arts. !Library, that's my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And of course, !Greyshade, that is my Greyshade IP. The first 2 books in the Grey Assassin trilogy, Greyshade and Renegade, are out now along with the audiobook of Gray Shade by our very own Trent Sparks. All of that from Athos Arts. You can get that at that exclamation point Gray Shade link. You can also pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Gray Shade, which is going to be coming to you from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and which is designed by the amazing Brandon O'Brien. That is going to be out later this year, very late this year. You can pre-order that now. You can also pre-order the final book in the Grey Assassin trilogy, Heretic, which is currently being read by renowned international experts and is going through its final edits of that and copy edits. And then we are going to be, then it's going to be off to layout, and that will be out in the summer, as promised, also from Athos Arts, also edited by the amazing Emily Bell. And all of that you can check out and pre-order. Pre-orders are love, pre-orders are life at exclamation point Gray Shade. So please consider doing that. That would be lovely. Otherwise, and of course Heretic, because the command isn't ready yet. That's going to continue to be funny until that sad day when we finally do actually get the physical book with a link and everything out, and the digital, at which point we'll actually attach it to that command. But still then. Thank you, Big Boss. That's very kind of you. I am, again, as I said, I am honored that it has had a positive effect on you. So thank you. I'm honored about that. So, where was I? Yes, so that's exclamation point Gray Shade. Last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter. Important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now. That's the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine. UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in the future as well. I want to thank everyone who made this an awesome stream today. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Dragon Spear, Emily the Invincible, Triffity Mats. Thank you for being the best mods in the business. Thank you as well to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers, Dragon, Emily, Triffid, Effect Life. Thank you to Echo Alphix 5 and Aaron. Thank you all. And thank you so much to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Big Boss, as always. Thank you to Black Fury, to Craigery. Thank you to Dank Freeze. Thank you to Darth Sisu. Thank you to Nostalgic Rhino. Thank you to Regress, to T-Bank, and TNS Mephiston. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. I appreciate it greatly. I will see you folks in about an hour, literally an hour, exactly an hour, over on GOG.com's Twitch channel for D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh as we continue with Salvage Operation. It's going to be a good time. You will not want to miss that. And then I'll see you back here tomorrow night, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern for more of Community D&D with the Shadow Crew Waterdeep Dragon Heist. You'll want to be here for that. And Thursday night, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You'll want to be here for that too. That's it for now. Thanks everybody so much. Much love to all of you. And I will see you folks pretty soon. Until then, everyone please be good to each other. And special thanks, of course, most of all to TariToons today for the wonderful art that she did. That's it. I'll see you over on GOG in a little bit. Until then, everyone be good to each other. Thanks for now, and be good to each other. Bye-bye. Honk.